Welcome back to Rush of Madness. This is session 42, titled Worm on a Hook. Last session, the group has come to the decision to aid Sanat in their efforts to go and recover the creature known as the Lady of the Deep, a massive primordial worm slash great old one that was apparently sealed inside of a chronomantic prison that Sanat and Sanat's former group of conglomerate operatives unsealed from its cage. It has been maneuvering itself around the deserts of Anundia, the easternmost portion of the lands known as Scoria, and it's pretty well known that it is still in the region, but what its purpose in the region is as yet unseen. The goal of the group is to maneuver themselves to the region via boat, which they have done. The questing Bonnie has made its way by sea to the coast of this westernmost portion of the Levidian region, and they, with the assistance of magical upgrades, now can pilot the ship on sand. It can move and maneuver through sand as easily as it would through water. I want to make sure you folks understand. Obviously, there's no fear of you drowning in sand, but I do want to make sure you understand it moves through water or it moves through sand as if it were water, which means
So
that
it can drown.
correct. So
Yeah.
be mindful of
Yes,
the
the sinking sand. Oh no.
be mindful of the exercise here. If the ship is damaged, it will possibly become unrecoverable. So that is something that we did discuss, but I wanted to make sure was on the table. Things we did discuss, and I want to make sure everyone is well aware of. So, firstly, the ship. It can maneuver as if it were on the ocean, which means that it requires its entire crew. The ship itself has a total of 5 cannons. Those cannons are positioned 2 on the starboard side, 2 on the port side, and 1 on the aft, the poop deck. It requires 2 individuals to man a cannon, and with the crew that you have, if everyone is alert and awake and set for the conflict, for the time that it's to come, you should have no issue. That'll be delegated by your quartermaster. Most of the tasks that you would consider yourself wanting to micromanage, you do not need to worry about. The only thing that you need to worry about is this page that I'm now sharing with you now. Oh, that's weird.
Oh,
Edit
Right,
sheet
it's character,
directly.
yes.
Edit sheet directly. No, that's not great. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
That's not good. Hold on. Very, very interesting. You know, I'm gonna hit a refresh here. Sorry. I hit show to players again. Did it show it as a character sheet again with edit directly?
yeah.
Very strange. Not a fan of that. Well, that's not great. That is not great at all.
See you next Friday.
No,
Absolutely not.
we can overcome this.
Yeah. That is so weird. Okay. Well, then ignore that. I posted a picture of what I'm trying to show you on the Discord, so we'll just navigate that real quick. So the armor class of the questing Bonnie is 15. It has 400 hit points. Its damage threshold is 15. What that means is non-magical damage that's dealt to the questing Bonnie needs to be more than 15 before it actually starts affecting the hit points of the craft.
Donde? I don't see it anywhere.
Oh, it's in general from earlier. Can you
Oh.
put that in notifications?
Pinning.
Okay,
Of course you
Pinned.
that also works.
So yeah,
Okay.
we're just going to work our way through that descriptor. Questing Bonnie, 15 armor class, 15 damage threshold. That means that any damage that's dealt to it of a non-magical variety will require to be more than 15 to do any damage. Any damage in excess of 15 will be dealt to its hit point total. The damage below 15 will not be dealt to it. It's 130 feet long, 30 feet wide. We know that already. It can move 35 feet per round. If it's moving over the course of time, it moves 4 miles per hour. What that means is you're going to be moving about 2 hexes per, or you're going to be moving about 1 hex per 2 hours on the ship. So you'll be able to maneuver around, I would say, maybe 6 hexes in a single day. So it may take you longer than you may not get any sign of the creature prior to that. Cannons require 2 individuals to use them. It takes 1 action to load the cannon, 1 action to aim the cannon, 1 action to fire the cannon, and 1 action to return it to firing position. That's 1 action from 1 creature, period. It requires 2 people to be on the thing because the person who is aiming it and firing it cannot be the person who is loading it or returning it to its firing position. So
Right.
if you, as a player character, wish to take control of a cannon, you can, and you can get an NPC to assist you, but you can also get another player character to help as well. But you won't be able to fire cannons solo, is the main thing I want to point out there. You could also just run away from the situation, sell the boat for 30,000, and call it a day. No? Oh, no takers? Okay, cool.
Sounds boring.
I'll take it.
Cannon does 4d12 damage, piercing damage. And
Wait,
roll for initiative.
wait. Only 30,000? This thing sails on sand. I think I could upgrade. I could up that price a little bit.
sure. You could probably talk somebody.
100,000.
You could probably talk some people into, yeah, for certain. But in its normal state, in a regular just galleon as it stands, would just be 30,000. So yeah, the cannons are also not included in that 30,000 price, and I believe they're worth 500 apiece. So yeah, there's obviously some upticks on the price there. Any questions regarding the questing Bonnie? And again, I apologize for it not being something you can access in Roll20. That's annoying as hell to me.
That happens.
Well, this isn't about the questing Bonnie, but specifically the crab walker we have.
Sure, we'll get to that. It's in my document of notations here. So we showed a picture on the thing. I will bring us to that map so we can see it more precisely. So you'll note that the squares on this map, and this is just oh fuck, hold on. La. Rejoin as player.
Hope it's just sand, because that's all I see.
Yeah, it's just sand.
Yeah,
You gotta zoom out.
it's dunes.
It's a whole lot of sand.
Yeah.
So much fucking sand.
Scroll to the bottom.
It's a lot of sand. Let me put this up real quick because we are using. This is technically a map from Chepeku. We use their maps a lot. Some other resources that we're utilizing from them as well. So the boat specifically, as you can see, is measured. This is the exact token as it was pulled from this map. I just want to make sure that some of us haven't been on this map before. But this is the entirety of the craft as it stands, interior and the like. So it's quite massive. So the scale that we're playing on is a little different than what we may be used to, if that makes sense. However, everybody should have access to move the boat. Please grab the token and make sure that that's the truth, or I'm just lying to you. little boat is
Why
also
would you
movable.
lie to me?
Can you pick
I
up the
cannot move the big boat.
No. I can move the little
can-
one.
Very strange. Okay.
The little one, yeah.
Well, it was a ruse the whole time. I was actually just tricking you.
He's gonna move the big boat.
No, absolutely not. I don't want
That
any
is our
part
job.
in doing anything, sirs and madams and emperors.
I
Okay,
can move it.
cool. So, quick note: there are rules, obviously, for how a boat moves. It can't go side to side like Jonah just moved it. That's not possible. It can go 35 feet straight forward. That's what it's going to do, unless you have taken an action during your last turn to stop it. It will take at least 6 seconds for it to stop. So it will always be moving at least 35.
Where's this? Like, where do we denote 35 on the boat?
So you can pick up the boat as a token, and then you can right click, and then you can move 35.
Fancy.
Okay. All right, just making sure.
Coming
Easy
up.
peasy. They make it super, super very easy to do.
Oh.
So, let's talk about maneuvering real quick, because this is going to be important for the conflict, okay? If the boat is going to be involved in it. And then, again, this may or may not be where you fight them. This is just an example terrain to kind of make sure everyone understands the mechanics here. You can't shoot your cannons on the sides in front of you. You can't shoot the cannon behind you in front of you. So you need to turn the ship. How does that work? You're moving straight forward. So whoever is at the helm of the ship, if you are not at the helm, then there will be an NPC that will require you to do a free action to speak to that person, probably the quartermaster, and then on her turn, if there's nothing that barred her from hearing that command, she will then take the action to do what she was commanded to do. And it will be me, the DM, who will determine what she does in response to the command and its wording. So you'll need to be as precise as you can in the heat of the moment. If you don't want that to be an issue, then someone should probably take the helm. Even though this craft is currently maneuvering on land, it is going to use vehicle's water as its skill check for piloting, for helming it. As an action, you can turn it up to 45 degrees, which means that you would just pick up the turn marker and just shift it to the side. And that's, again, as it's moving, it's always going to be moving 35. It cannot turn if you've stopped during the last turn.
Okay.
It will not move if you stopped during the last turn. If you start or you accelerate during your turn, it will not start moving until the next turn. It takes 6 seconds for it to build up momentum and move. Okay?
Yeah.
Especially since it's no longer working on sails, it's working on magic, it moves a little bit quicker. If it were working on sails, it would be depressingly slow, as I'm sure folks who have been at sea understand for sailing vessels. Did you put the X marker on it? It died. Okay. So that is how
Before we started.
that is how the ship will maneuver. Any questions regarding anything about the main craft, the questing body?
So 2 cannons on the left, 2 cannons on the right, 1 cannon in the back, 1 cannon on the poop deck?
No
Which is
cannon on the poop
No.
deck. The cannon on the back is the cannon on the poop deck.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
So, second, we discussed the Magier's Tower. So the Magier's Tower is currently in Penford. You did not
Wait,
take it.
before
Go ahead.
we do that. This is a dumb question, I know.
all
but
the
does-
questions are stupid. It's okay.
would inspiring leader work on the ship?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't have ears, Jonah. It
Uh,
doesn't have ears.
it's magical. It might have ears.
You know-
Hear his feelings.
You know. I'm
Don't
gonna.
you yell at my baby.
What's your inspiring leader bonus?
Uh,
What's your inspiring leader bonus? How many temporary hit points would it have gotten if you had actually talked to it?
9 plus my charisma mod which is 0, so 9.
9. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just say it has 409 hit points from the jump. Okay, but I'm gonna allow it. I'm not gonna give you inspiration for that question because it was dumb, but I loved it, so it's happening.
Just moves up the
Fair
ship.
enough. I'll take it. I'll
Yeah.
take it.
Watch the boat survive by like 3 HP now.
No, it's exactly 9 HP.
You just need one. You just need one.
Second beat. Major's Tower is 200 feet tall. It is currently in Penford. The only person who can do anything with the Major's Tower is Sanat. As an action during your turn, Sanat, you can begin the transportation. What that means is you activate it on initiative count 1, the bottom of the initiative round that you activate it, it will begin its process. This will be round 1 of its teleportation. So it will remain in Penford, but it will be phasing out. During round 2, so full cycle back to 1, round 2, it will continue its phasing out and be almost completely manifested out. Round 3, it's gone. It does not exist in Urs. It does not exist in the material plane. It is vanished. Then, on initiative round 4, so full cycle again, it will then begin to manifest where you wanted it. And it is precise. So you can put it basically anywhere that has a physical surface that you can see or can visualize. Okay? And then on the turn 5, it'll be finalizing its manifestation. Now, if anything is in its position on that 4th turn, that is when the matters are going to need to be resolved as to what's there and what's happening to it. If anything is in its space, when it manifests, they will need to make a dexterity saving throw to try and maneuver through a very large and open wide space to get out of it. The DC is 18. On a failure, they will take 5d10 points of force damage as they are physically and violently forced out of its space. Failure will be that much damage, success will be half that much damage. If you have evasion, you will avoid all the damage, if there are any roguely types. I don't think anybody has evasion.
I don't
okay.
plan on dropping the tower on any of you, I promise.
More than fair. So, again, it's very time specific, the pacing for the tower's positioning. Any questions? And also, it's 200 feet tall, another thing to keep in mind. So that can also be important. Any other questions regarding the tower specific?
It's stationary, right? When it's coming in?
Yeah, it can't be maneuvered.
Okay.
He's building it in Minecraft or something. He's got the blue. I want it right.
No, I was thinking, like, what if we do, like, a swooping swallow type of thing with the...
Oh yeah, just like, Blanc. Yeah, no, that's not a thing.
Okay. Dang.
It's going to be a bit harder than that. Okay, any questions regarding the tower?
No.
Okay.
Should be good.
Continuing with the assets. Nyx's skyship, which again I'm not going to try because apparently vehicles are not visible on Roll20 for some reason, has an armor class of 16 because it's made out of wood and metal. However, because it's a smaller craft, has a lower damage threshold of 10, which is about the same as a door. So if any damage is dealt to it that's higher than 10, it will take lots of damage. Nyx's skyship is very maneuverable and fast compared to your galleon. It moves 70 feet around. And it has a hover mechanic, so it doesn't require point turning. However, to utilize the hover mechanic perfectly, you need to have a good roll for vehicles air. If you don't have it trained, that's fine. You can try and, wing it. That pun was mainly for Andy. But you certainly have some options here. So it can land in a couple of places that are potentially important for the group. It can land anywhere. But mainly, it can land inside of the tower with a DC 18. It can land on the front or the bow of the Bonnie with a DC 18 check. Mm-hmm. And it can land on top of the tower because of its kind of strange rooftop with a DC 15. Slightly easier to do. But it can be maneuvered around relatively quickly. It can hold a total of 6 people in its current state. However, if you do put 6 people on it, you will have to remove the ad hoc ballista that was added to it once it arrived in Panford, meaning that you will not be able to use that. If the ballista is kept, 4 total people. It takes 3 people to crew to the ballista, it takes 1 person to pilot the ship. The ballista can be fired, regular bolts, or you can fire a harpoon from it.
Oh.
The harpoon, once struck, will hold the skyship in place if it hit a larger target, because it will effectively be grappled by it, and it will move at the behest of that. However, if it grapples something smaller, it can maneuver that instead. It can drag it around.
So it can't move a 600-foot worm.
Correct. I would say what you have to kind of like think about here is how you can kind of relinquish the onus of control from the harpoon to something that might be a little bit more sturdy. This was a subtle way of saying maybe if you fire the harpoon and then land on the galleon and then drag it with the boat, that could work. Sorry for trying to do it subtly and sounding.
I had the idea.
I figured someone in the group was like, I get what you're saying. Any questions regarding Nyx's skyship?
No.
Okay.
Did it have the crab walker on it?
The crab walker is the last part. So the crab walker is easy peasy lemon squeezy. In the compendium, you're going to go ahead and type apparatus. And then the very first listing on that should be apparatus of Qualish or apparatus of the crab. Either one of these works.
Okay.
It is that. It is that verbatim. There is really not much different besides that and this. It's that.
Okay.
It's just crab look. Crab skin.
Yep.
Crab.
That's it. It's a big robo crab. Now, what's great about this thing is the interior is watertight. It is relatively big, but it would be considered large when it comes to creature sizes, which means it would be 4 or it's 2 by 2. So on this map, it's insanely tiny.
Mm-hmm.
I will pull a token out eventually for it, but if you can find a way to utilize that, you can. It will follow the exact identical rules as listed in the apparatus, except for, I don't remember if I changed anything.
I don't think you did.
I don't think I did.
At least not that I can remember.
Yeah, that's fine. It's an apparatus of quality.
And I know for sure I didn't write it down.
Yeah.
It took me
Other than the fact
an
that we
embarrassingly
reloaded a bunch
amount of
shit.
time to remember that apparatus has 2 Ps.
What were you saying, Foxen?
But other than the fact that we reloaded like 10 of the shells, you can cast use magic.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Little things.
Any questions regarding the devices on offer here?
I just have a question. Can you tell
Yeah.
me again how to make that thing move 35 feet? Because I thought you said right click it and
So you're going to pick it
Well,
up,
doesn't like me. Okay.
and then once you have it, then you're going to right-click somewhere while you're holding it and move.
Oh, okay. That makes much more sense.
And then
All right.
once you've got that place clicked, let go of the left clicker, and then it should shift it to where you're going, and draw a yellow line for everybody to see the movement tracker.
Okay. So I have to actually physically have a hold of it and then
Yeah.
move. Okay. That makes much more sense. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Apparatus is on the table as well. So we have all of the things. I will say, too, the apparatus will not be able to be flown around unless you remove the ballista. And then you have 2 people, 1 pilot, 1 other person who could serve as a pilot for the Qualish. But yeah.
Would it be better just to have the ballista On the bow of the ship?
So there's nowhere for it to load. Like,
Oh,
you
shit.
don't have a mount for that. The ship that you're loading it to has 2 boats underneath that are secured with like a massive metal weld that they shoved together, the goblins did, and there's like a position in between them where they have a mount for those ballistas. The reason why that's the case is they're Sky Raiders, and they fly around on their big old like city of
Yay, flap flap.
flap flap, and then their little sky ships fly off of there to other people's sky ships, fire their harpoons into it, and then drag themselves onto it or rip the ships apart, and then fly them back to flap flap. So
I love that. Okay.
I love that for them.
Nick's made friends with the lady captain of the Raiders, and she taught them how to fly the skyship. Then they customized their own skyship and built it, and that's what that is.
Hell yeah.
Love that
And then
for
our
them.
team was disbanded because we made bad decisions.
Well, it happens.
And I have to fix them.
It do be like that sometimes.
So not
Like
the
that.
cleanup crew. The cleanup.
Oh no.
Sunday always
No.
causing Friday problems, and
If-
fights
Friday-
always being versus Shijo.
I know.
To
Why are
that.
we always bullying Shijo? I love them.
They know what
So
they do.
everyone, I think.
I'm sorry, Shijo.
Go
so
ahead.
aside from the boat, everyone else except me would get inspiring leader.
Okay.
So that's 9 temp HP, everyone.
Hell yeah.
And that'll be administered daily, so that's fine. I'm okay with that being, active when the shit, proverbially, hits the fan. Last call for any questions regarding any of the tools or things that you have on deck.
Hmm.
I don't think so.
Okay, great.
Who's where?
No, that's not
Landis has to
again.
be-
That's not terribly important. We're not going to get
Oh,
into. So, the best way to think of this mentally, is we are effectively now playing a like starship shooter or battle game. Okay, you are
Okay.
on the boat. I am not going to ask for your
You're
specific
fine.
position on the boat. I do not care. When I say take an action, you're going to take an action. When it comes to movement, if you say I want to be on the top of the ship now, that's your move. I'm not going to measure that shit. I don't care. It's not important to me. Narratively, it's not important. So that's totally fine. Now, if your move is like, oh, I want to be on the sky ship now, well, that's a problem.
Yeah,
We'll
I
have
get it.
discussion
That's
then.
the problem.
We'll need to work
I'm
it out.
playing rope.
2-3 movements.
Right. Right. Or if you can teleport via dimension door, we'll measure the 500 feet. Because if I don't know if anybody pulled out the ruler while we were on it, I'll move us back to it. I just want to make sure we are clear the distances we're talking about here on this specific map.
Big as fuck.
But it's insane.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It is very big. Okay.
Huge. Oh.
Back to the main map. So, Captain, and again, anybody else who wants to sway, you have, and again, it's not just the mascot at current, because this is their problem, and so let's put a face on it, so that'll be the one that is responsible for good or bad what happens next.
It's me.
How would you like to proceed? You can move a total of 6 hexes in one day. And depending on where you move, will determine what I tell you regarding what is happening on the scene.
Okay. And we don't have visual on the creature.
There is currently no visual. What you would have is the capability of sending the skyship up. This will also help you determine who will be piloting the skyship. And also, it'll let me know how you want the skyship to be loaded out. As long as there is a hex between, you can change the loadout for the skyship to whatever you want it to be. Either Qualish drop pod, ballista machine battery, or a bunch of people on the ship all at once. But yeah, 6 is the most you'll be able to stuff on that bad boy.
I need
And
6
Yeah.
warlocks.
and it's cutting it close, I'll be honest, because there were a lot of smaller individuals on the team before.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is definitely going to be like, for them it was probably comfortable. For you, it's probably like it's like those scenes in like military like sci-fi movies where they're all like going down to the planet and shit. Like that's you on the fucking skyboat. You're like, ah, it's worm time.
I kind of want our little best boy to experience flying for himself. So I want him to pilot it.
He's probably got the best or second best or tied for second best or first best dexterity of the group. That's for certain.
All right. So
I
I
think
want him.
He and I
Losse's-
are tied.
Yeah, I know Losse's good at the dex as well.
I got that 20.
What, you mean my
also.
14 isn't good enough?
Well,
Yeah,
I would say that's all well and good, everybody with their high dexes and everything, but Snot has a natural inborn parachute. So it's like, oh shit, we're crashing. Face step.
You right, though. You right.
Just like right as it's about to hit. No thanks.
Hey, we're really good at rolling. Don't you know those videos? We'll just jump out and roll. It'll be fun.
I don't even have to do that.
Doing
Well,
your best.
I will say though, for Sinat though, it's
I do want him on the ship as well. The
Yeah.
airship.
it would be good for them to be on it because it gives them a better perspective of where they can plant the tower.
Yeah.
And then so Bravik piloting. Unless Losa, you want to fight the rat folk for the piloting.
No.
I think
Yeah.
She's got to see the ship. I think she's the only one with water.
No, that's
It's
me.
only Orlandis, Lose, and Hunild that have it.
I mean,
We got this.
Go ahead.
I was like, I sent it in the thing. I was like, I can
Oh,
fly.
he's gonna fly.
I'm not going. I'm like, I have that as an option.
Oh, you can just
bail
fly.
out and be like, bye.
Oh no!
Shit's going down. He just stops falling.
More than fair. Okay, so then Ratfolk. So Bravik's piloting. Sanat is on the ship, the sky ship as well. Who else is going to be going up? And are we putting a ballista on it, or are we putting some other form of artifice there? If we're going for a ballista, that means Sanat, you'll be a part of the ballista crew, and 2 other people could be a part of that crew. Again, it does not have to be the people who are currently sitting here. Remember, there are a shit fuck ton of people that,
Yeah.
that you know, and that Cat is going to be super annoyed because
I don't know if you can see the chat. I was like, I mean, can I steer something or shoot a fucking cannon? Because I don't know. Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna add a lot of value to this.
Blathil could be on the cannon side.
Because I'm like, I don't even know what I can do.
Blathil could be on the cannon side. Blathil could also be on the ballista on the sky ship, although I don't know if she would be terribly keen being separated from Castia and Sarth in that way. But the crew as it stands, I just want to make sure.
I have it up right now.
Perfect. So it's if you go into characters, folder 1 handouts, and then you go to Dramatis Personae, and then I believe Questing Bonnie is the name of it. I think everybody here is still alive. Yeah. So Asilius Gant.
We lost one.
I think we need
It
a
was-
Silas on the gun. He needs to be the A. He's got
Valen.
Yeah.
That we lost.
She's already off. I put her in deceased. I think there's a deceased folder. Valen Eward, right? Yeah.
Oh my god.
The one guy who got
Valen.
murdered by the
Yeah, fucking killed by the fucking
Saugun, yeah.
Poor guy.
So, Dafine is probably just going to be crewing. Everett is going to be crewing. Hunild can pilot if no one else is doing it, but if you prefer to handle it on your own, she can take the aft castle cannon. You have Kieran, who, whatever Asilius is doing, will probably be a pair, so they'll probably be on a cannon. Ikenthoth will probably duo with Hunild. Matthias and I believe it was Morrison will be handling the cannon one of the cannons. Um,
Mm.
It looks like there's mostly cannon folk.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then there will be probably around 6 people who are actually maneuvering the ship, in addition to whoever your pilot is.
I was wondering if we could have Morrison on the harpoon.
So you want him up?
Since he's like, real good at shooting
Pew,
stuff
pew.
from afar.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's pretty good.
He's used to heights too, because he usually is up in the eagle's nest.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that would be the best spot for him to feel the most comfortable.
So Vravik is your skyship pilot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sanat is on the skyship and will be part of the ballista crew.
Hmm.
Morrison is your shooter for the ballista. And then I need
Yeah.
one more crew member for the skyship.
Um,
Hmm.
And yeah, the other people who are not listed in that Questing Bonnie list there, who are also on the ship, obviously Blathild came full family in tow. So they are all present. Blathild, Sarth, and then it was the 3 other kiddies who are named. I always forget them, so I'm looking for the list.
What is Michelle doing?
Probably singing a song, but whatever you command or whatever you put them to.
I mean, if he's singing, I could leave him singing. Mikhail, would he appreciate being on the skyship?
He's not going to say no. Yeah, I'd say the only people who would be afraid of heights in your group would be Mikhail and, oddly enough, Ikenthoth. Those would be the 2 who would not be interested in flying.
Damn. Okay.
buddy. We also have Delphine.
Oh
Still.
yeah, she has the. Okay.
We could use her ancestor thingy as a distraction.
I'm pretty sure.
Throw it into the sand.
I will point out, Vravik, that I highly doubt that the merfolk and like sea elves are going to come out of the sea into the desert.
I'm worried about the psychic damage we took when we opened.
Oh, right. Good
Oh, wait,
point.
shit.
Give it to the lady.
Scream at the lady.
Not a bad plan.
Mm.
Don't forget, we also have a red dragon that will help us
Correct.
Yeah.
Goldbelly.
as long as
Also
it's
known as
daytime.
Griron.
I kind of
I
want
will-
to keep Delphine on the skyship. Like maybe she'll feel better.
Big gold bill.
as
He's a big fan.
far-
You can't see her. You can't see his belly in that.
This got a little.
It's hiding under the
Got a
table.
little chonker. He's a little chonky.
You guys are horrible. Stop being mean.
I think
Very
I'm gonna put Delphine.
nice.
No, I don't want her on the skyship.
Where are these
Hmm.
kids?
Oh, I can look
Are
at them
they
up.
under-
Hold on.
Cardined?
Yeah, they
No.
should be, but they're not. I've got Blathild and Sarth.
Or-
Lana, Anusha, and Hawkroost Guard were Lana and Anusha were members of the Agitators who did not come along. They are still in Carden fighting the good fight. Blathild left because nope, just
Because.
wasn't working out anymore.
Where are those boys?
By the way, don't forget, Joni, you have your.
I have them written down.
My what?
I think I have their.
Oh yeah, the homies. I don't think they're here though, are they? No, yeah, they're on the ship.
Hold on. Miscellaneous allies, Albrecht's agitators. No. Bonnie's crew. There we go. Gunther, Hallis, and
Sorry.
Karis. Karis,
Here.
Gunther, Hollis.
And then, yes, of course, sorry.
These cougar faces they got.
Don't you start. They're all handsome. Even Karis, who's only 17.
He's a baby.
So
He's got, like,
Asilius.
He's got like very
On
cool.
fire?
No, he just had a horrible. Like he was 7 when the war started.
What did you do?
Like,
He's a hard smoker. And
yeah,
drinker.
he's been smoking and drinking. It was legal. It was legal for that. It's legal in Cardin for that.
That boy is stressed.
So, last person on the ship.
I was thinking about what if we change it, and we just have Morrison, Asilius, and Kieran up there,
hmm
and then the rest on the ship.
Just down
So,
in pen, Jonah.
Morrison, Asilius, Kieran, and Bravik piloting. Is that right?
What'd you
Bravik.
say, Elizabeth?
Bravik still
I-
piloting?
Answer
Yeah.
John.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what'd you say, Elizabeth?
I wrote this in pen.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Not
Sky,
that bitch.
Skyship detail done. Is there someone who's going to be in
No, I have to rewrite it. Who's up there?
Bravik,
Asilius.
Morrison, Asilius, Kieran?
Oh, Morrison's still up there.
Is that true?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're kicking Sinet off her ship?
It's
No.
Sanat.
It was Sanat and then the
Is it
4,
or
right?
5? It's 4, right?
You can only have 4 total.
Oh, shit.
And you
Give me-
can't
give me-
split those two.
Yeah, it'll be
I
the
thought-
pilot
You're either
Leave
getting
and
Morrison
3
down.
ballista crew. There's not enough
Okay.
room for there to be 6 if the ballista's on it. If you remove the ballista, then you can put 6 people on it. But there's no ballista, so you're just flying it. And then if you want to load it up with the apparatus, 2 people,
Yeah,
1
that's fine.
pilot. Okay, so Bravik, Asilius, and
Mhm.
Kieran, and then who's your
Mhm.
4th?
Morrison.
Okay. So Sanat is
So
not on
no
the sky
Sanat.
ship.
I'll be able to see where to put the tower. I feel like from the boat, it should
Okay.
be okay.
And you
I
have
thought
a
it
fly
was-
spell, probably, right?
What?
I thought it was
You have-
5.
Oh, I can fly if I
No.
need to get a good
Jonah.
The
4
pilot and 3 more people. So
Four total.
Bravik counts as 1. You need 3 more people.
Did you see how tiny that ship was?
Shit.
Because we had a slime, a
It-
bug.
It can fit 6, but if you want to put 6 on it, you literally have to push the ballista off.
Okay.
No ballista, 6 people. Yes, ballista, 4 people, 1 pilot. You want to put that apparatus of Koalish to drop it, 1 pilot, 1 other person, and you can have a person in the apparatus of Koalish, so I guess 3.
Yeah, okay.
But that second person, the non-pilot, is going to be the person who's dropping it. Like,
So, okay. So with the ballista, no apparatus. That's 1 pilot, 4 people?
1 pilot, 3 people.
3
4
people.
total
Okay.
people.
Shit.
Shit.
Ballista is 2 people's worth of space. And that's being very generous.
It is a tiny airship.
Yes.
I do want Sanat on there for.
Then kick
optimal
Morrison and put
efficiency.
Sanat on there.
I was like, I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't, because I'm not like, I have spells I can use at long range too, so like, it's not like I need to be up there to be able to do anything. But I also,
And they can also cast fly.
yeah.
Okay.
So if I need to get higher vantage, I can fly.
Okay.
Mm.
So the skyship
Okay.
is manned. Okay.
Yeah.
And communication via. How are you communicating with the skyship?
Yelling really loud.
I like Blackfield's techniques.
Do we get a sending?
Yeah, you
Did
have a
we
pair,
get,
you have a
like,
pair
a
of sending
sending?
stones. Now that you've regrouped with Hunild, yeah.
Alright, neato.
So do you want to pass one to Bravik?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the ship is manned. Do we
I
want
wanna-
someone in the apparatus ready to go with it?
Yes.
Who?
I'm between Ikanthoth and Matthias.
Okay, Aikenthoth will do it.
Okay, but he's not brave though.
He'll be a lot braver inside of an apparatus of Koalish.
But would he be brave enough to drop on top of the Lady of the Deep?
You're not going to be able to drop it from anything. Like, how's that
Oh,
going to
not drop. I'm sorry, but like attack the Lady of the Deep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
Cool.
it's either him or Attack him or not.
Basically, put him in like a full suit of armor, my dude.
And
Yeah,
just
so
in case you aren't aware, Ikanthoth, cat is a beholderkin from Cardiff's Tattered Notes, a book I released on DM's Guild a while ago. It's a playable
Buy it.
species. You don't have to. It's fine. But people at
you
home
could.
watching, if there's anybody, I mean, this could be a commercial for you. No, so anyways, he's a deep one, beholderkin, so they're kind of acclimated to the water. They have a fly speed, but if they are terribly high, they will fall. But the reason why Ikanthoth is afraid of heights is it's not that he's going to fall very fast because he's like a little balloon. He's gonna fly very far, so like the wind will catch him, and he will go, yeah.
Oh, like a real balloon.
Yeah.
Like the wind caught me and like let go of the string and
Yeah, zoom. And he might go up, and he might go out. Like he will be lost forever if he were on the skyship. He'd
We
be
don't
holding on with his little claws for dear life, not helping anyone. And then the second, like he let go, it'd be like, what?
well, I'll be yelling who didn't tie him down get better.
Oh yeah, if you
That's
tie
what
him
seatbelts are for.
and then you just have him, he's just like, ah. And then we love him, and we love him. So
Boy.
the apparatus has Ikanthoth in it,
Okay.
and then the ship is manned. Any other positionalities that you want to cover real quick before we get to moving? Because I still need you folks to move 6 hexes. That's kind of the impetus for stuff happening.
Right. Who's at the helm? You want me at the helm?
Nah, I got
Oh.
it.
Gosh, that's a badass over here. All right, so then yeah, you should be able to pick up the token. Let me know if you can't, and then just go ahead and move 6 hexes, and do it one at a time so I can kind of watch the movement.
Okay, so we're starting here.
Yep. So as you yep, I saw the first move. Go ahead and do it. So as you kind of move inland, you would note that there is a large grouping of heavy dunes ahead. It is kind of rocky and craggy, more so than the coast and the coastal road that you kind of maneuvered up through. But it doesn't seem to impede your movement too much. It definitely seems to be a bit slower going than normal once you start to get onto it. So that next move will change nothing. So go ahead and make your next move.
That was still the first move. He just didn't move it. He just didn't
Yeah, no, it keeps moving it back and forth.
Oh no, it moved it back. I don't know why I never let go. Shit, I want to go on rock, but I don't know if we can go on rock.
That's not rock. I just told you what that is. That's dunes.
Oh, it's not rock. Okay, it dune. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as you kind of maneuver up and through, the boat hits the dunes like it would hit waves. However, it's like a stationary and strange kind of feeling, and Hanelv is kind of like laughing the whole time because this is definitely a new experience for her, and she is a very seaworthy individual, so she's enjoying it. The
Good for her.
skyship above Ravik, go ahead and make a perception check. I already have the perception results for my NPCs up there. Okay. So during your maneuvering, you kind of, keep an eye on the ship, keep an eye on the things around. These kind of Badlands areas, there's a lot of like strange canyons and clefts, crevasses kind of settled in the sandstone. It's kind of a mess, a maze of just earth kind of torn apart here and there. And it's very hard for you to see anything. Asilius, Kjörn, and Morrison are all also kind of just focused on the task of like examining, but don't seem to be calling out anything. Okay, next movement, Orlandis. Okay, those are who are on the ship. I would like for everyone who would be on deck to go ahead and make a perception check. And real quick note, Joseph, the time scale on fly is a limited one, so I'm wondering if you want to do that as a reaction to something being spotted instead. So instead of casting fly and like you examining stuff, like when someone sees something, then casting fly and being ready.
That's what I would. Yeah.
Okay. So
I have my
Orlandis,
little eyeglass out.
for sure, and you're kind of keeping an idea of what's up ahead, and it seems like you were moving at a northwesterly trajectory. Well off in the distance, you can see what looks like kind of a mirage of a sense, because you're kind of higher up in these dunes. But once you start inspecting it more thoroughly with the spyglass, it's a good distance away. Double check my notes here. Yeah, some 20 or so miles away, so just kind of well off in the distance on the horizon. But it looks like there might be water.
Ooh. Okay.
If that interests you. With that 23 as well, though, you would also notice that there are plumes of what appears to be sand or smoke southwest here. And I'll mark that on your map with a question mark. Hold on. Yep. That's one up. Dang it. Matt, there we go.
Bless you.
Thank you. So, like, Orlandis would know that most living creatures navigate towards water if they're thirsty, but might not be thirsty. Because it's the Lady of the Deep.
Doesn't even drink.
I know when you saw the picture of her, you were thirsty, punk bitch.
Damn right. I'm okay with
Yeah.
it.
Hope.
We did have to get sprayed with water.
Golly.
He's like, ah.
And I do it again.
Alright, next move. I'm gonna move there.
So we've gone 1, 2. This is our 1, 2, 3, fourth move, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's getting later in the day. We're talking about mid-afternoon, closer towards evening time. As you move in that direction, the plume of what you thought was smoke now becomes very transparently and very clearly sand, and it seems to be moving due north. You can actually see a trudge of the sand kind of shooting up into the air. It's almost like you're watching like the spray of like a very fast-moving water creature, but obviously not water, sand.
Is it big?
It's shooting up into the air some 100 feet or so, so it's very visible.
Jeez.
We found the Moby Dick. I'm gonna move this way.
Okay. So, as you move there, night it becomes closer to nightfall,
Uh-oh.
and you lose sight of the sands.
Shit.
So I'm going to go ahead and remove the question mark. Now my question to you is do you wish to continue moving as it starts to get dark, or do you wish to pause and wait, rest out here in the middle of the sands, hope that nothing bad happens, and then continue your search anew during the day?
Well, we have one more move.
Yes, you do.
Do
So I
we have
wanna
like a
move.
magical tracking device we can throw?
I
Good
wanna
old-fashioned-
move-
The harpoon.
Good
Yeah.
old-fashioned beepers.
Well, apparently my peepers aren't that great, so.
No, yeah, well, you did better than a lot.
Better than me.
I want to move
And I'm just sitting up here
here.
sharpening my axe.
You're
And I
moving
want...
north. Okay, so let me explain. As it kind of closes to dark, the moon is full this evening. And as you kind of close on this oasis, you'll note that the banks of it are sandy, but there is a plentiful amount of what appears to be vegetation. The water from Honild's statement is fresh water. She can clearly tell that this is the case. You don't know why, but some sailor's trick probably denoting as to why it's the case. You move the ship there. There are no other signs of sand spray or any kind of strangenesses that you would notice as you maneuver to that position at nightfall.
Okay.
But you're close enough that people can kind of get off the ship and move to the water if they want to, and kind of just take a long rest in what appears to be a safe position. The sky ship descends, lands either near the ship or on it, and you, with Sanat's kind of tutelage, you learn that it needs to recharge and can be set to recharge at nightfall.
Okay. So we'll rest here for now.
Okay. I would like for a representative of your party to roll a d20 3 times. Or 3 representatives roll a d20 once.
I will roll one of them.
Oh, really?
I don't want... Okay.
Oh.
Fuck. Oh, fuck.
Okay.
I think we wanted to roll low, right?
Yeah.
So,
So, natural 20? Oh, fuck.
I was almost as bad, John. I got 19.
We don't die, y'all.
Sorry,
Yeah.
if you'd have said you needed a low roll, you should have told me, because I could have done that.
Same.
I got you, Nick. Next time you want low numbers, hit me up.
so
Same.
again, watches in this cycle and in this methodology are not important. And also, the narrative beat is going to happen despite your best interests to resist. So with the 20, I need a D100. One thing is already...
Roll a 1.
One bad thing is already precluded that's happening. Now the determination of how bad that one thing is now determined by that.
I
So
got a 43.
in the midst of the evening, as you are resting, some of you are full on asleep, some of you are tranced, connected to the Feywild. Some of you feel like you are in a space where you are safe. Everything is quiet. The stars above seem to just focus in and stare at your location as your people, in some cases, are here and there partying, having small bits of, drink here and there, enjoying their time. And you don't even see it happen. You don't even see it coming. It just happens. The ship lifts off of the sand some 80 feet as a massive worm comes up from beneath it, its teeth scarring at the bottom of it and tearing at the wood.
Oh.
In this effort, you see a massive pinkish tongue snaking around the bottom of it and crunching and trying to tear at it. It's momentary. It feels like forever because of the enormousness of the creature, and everyone starts maneuvering to try and ready themselves. An axe is brandished. Swords are drawn. Everyone is in this position of this very massive creature, which, again, I will move us back to the Dune map just so we can get an idea of perspective.
This is our first date. I didn't think you were supposed to use tongue on the first date. Like,
The lady goes in hard.
apparently so.
So, just so we understand size proportions, that is how much of her is actually being projected out of the
Yeah.
sands.
Nice.
So she comes up from underneath the ship, lifts it up on its front, and then pulls down with kind of like a massive creaking sound, and then puts itself back under the sand. In truth, this entire event takes all of maybe a minute. Some people were able to loose spells, some people were able to exact, attacks upon its flesh, but it didn't seem like anything in the moment, in its suddenness, was too terribly wounding of her. Everyone stands at the ready, people are manning the cannons, people are preparing themselves for a second attack that never comes. Moments turn to minutes, minutes turn to hour. And everyone begins to realize that it has done what it's done. In that time, a survey of the damage shows that the mechanism that allows for the ship to sail on the sands is damaged. It is not broken, but it does not feel like it will be reliable if another attack like that were to come about. And it looks like a very solid amount of damage was done to the ship in its entirety. Ichenthoth, after a scan and survey of the ship, as they're the shipwright, tells you in so many words a D&D approximation to it took 100 points of damage last night.
Yeah. Okay.
Rests are a little bit harder to have. Watches are a bit more thorough. But the evening goes by uneventfully. And the first thing that happens when the sun breaks the horizon and light fills the desert again, the chill of the night kind of flushing away slowly but surely, you can see what appears to be Lady Sign off in the distance to the southwest.
Okay. Shit.
I'm just glad you didn't roll under a 20 on that percentile time, my guy.
Oh god.
Because then I would have been like, roll a d4, and then I would have had to go through the NPCs and devour some.
All of them die.
I know in my heart of hearts that if I had rolled any of fucking Blathild's children,
Oh no.
she'd be like, shovel!
I was gonna say, straight up, go click that rage button real quick.
Going in.
Going
in. She just takes the mechanism off of the boat and she's like, I can swim through sand now, motherfucker. That is not an option, by the way. I just want to make
Strong
sure.
enough that I don't need nobody loading my cannon. I'll throw that cannonball in there myself.
She's got the cannon on her shoulder.
She is the cannon.
Hell yes. But the Lady Sign, so the sand spouting in the air, that's what you would see. That's what I mean by sign of them in the distance.
That's what you mean by lady signs?
Yeah,
Okay,
worm
you can't
sign.
smell her perfume.
Yeah,
Alright.
worm sign was what I was going for. It's from Dune. I was being a dork. Someone mentioned Dune in the chat.
It wouldn't.
Yeah, Danny.
We couldn't repair this in a day, right? Like,
No.
not fully, but like. Okay.
Not with what you have available to you.
Yeah. Okay. What could we repair? in a
If you
day?
want to take the entirety of the day to do it, the shipwright says that it would be possible to repair about a fourth of the damage. But that would be the limit of what they could repair now. They would need to
Gotcha.
get to a port to be able to repair it fully.
Hmm. Hmm. I kind of want to take it to a front door. Do you guys think it would be a better idea to repair now a fourth of the damage, or just go straight to the Lady of the Deep?
It will take an entire day, so you'll be sitting out in the open.
We sing out in the open again.
The ship will though, like,
We go
can
park
Nix's
by a
skyship
rock.
like go scouting and stuff like that,
Yeah,
and
Nixus
like keep an eye on her and
Yeah,
stuff?
can I fly over this? Like,
Nix's
how
skyship.
how far away can I fly?
So Nix's skyship can fly for a total of, I think it's, hold on, let me do the math. It needs to recharge for a total of 8 hours. So it can fly for a total of 16 hours per day, and then be down 8 hours. So since you recharged it last night, it has 16 hours worth of flight available to it. The core of it is a elemental. So if you had a mechanism for changing that elemental, you could continue the flight farther. Or if you had a means of igniting the elemental in some way to press it faster, further. Out of character, what I mean by that is you can gain an additional hour if you cast a summon spell that summons an elemental. If you cast the spell Conjure Elemental and you summon a fire elemental, you can get another 4 hours. Each hex for the
So that you're aware of how expensive that is. That's a level 5 spell.
yeah.
Of
Right.
course it is.
So, a quick note, too. The skyship moves faster than the big boat. The skyship will move 1 hex, and that will be just 1/12 of its movement. So you can move 12 hexes with the skyship, and also have less of a chance of being caught out by any creatures. So that's not an impossible thing to do.
I kind of want to just bring it to the Lady of the Deep and then just do our exchange.
I want to load a barrel of explosives onto the skyship
Uh.
and drop a bomb in space.
So there
Fuck
isn't any
yeah.
cargo space with the ballista on it.
Oh.
Yeah, cut your explosive shit out.
Your
okay?
personal gear's fine, but if you're talking like a barrel, then yeah, we're not fitting anything else on that skyship. Space is a commodity you do not have.
We did also want to mention that we did not want to blow her into more pieces, because then we'd have more Lady of the Deeps to fuck around with.
I would say that one
If
thing
you
that
cut her into small enough pieces, they won't be a threat.
I want to make sure that something's clear too. Something from last night that would be very clear. Like the smaller pieces of her were like kind of shot at, blasted off, cut at, etc. They didn't grow into Lady of the Deeps. It needs to be like a full vivisection for it to like become multiples. So you can damage the shit out of it, right? Like you can cut into her all you want. It's not going to result in like a swarm of ladies. Like that's not what we're doing here.
I thought we were gonna hear like, and then we were all gonna be
Yeah,
fucked.
no, like that would be insane. That would be way too taxing for you to keep
Attacked by a
track.
swarm of murlocs, also known as Ladies of the Deep.
Ladies of the Deep.
Fair.
That's where they come from. Okay.
That's where I was
She-
getting that vibe.
She did start in the ocean, so yeah, that is where she's from.
Alright, so we're gonna go towards her.
Okay.
We're gonna go towards it.
Okay,
But if I were to like put the tower on top of her, that could potentially cause
Yeah,
a
it could.
separation,
That's a
and
problem.
they'd
It
have
could.
2 of them.
it could, but it's more likely the case that her form is just going to be shunted out of the way. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but if like she horribly botches that and takes like 50 plus damage on the roll, yeah, it'll probably bisect her. Okay, so you're moving towards it. Okay.
Yeah.
I would like for everybody to go ahead and make perception checks as I move the music to something a little bit more moody.
Moody. Ooh.
Much rolled the same thing last time.
Apparently, I'm
The
drinking,
second
but I
one
didn't
was
realize
second.
it because I'm getting fucking worse. Like I said, if you want low rolls, honey, let me know. I got
So-
I
you.
want to hear it. I'm worse than you.
So
I'm
not
behind this shit
you-
I can't see.
You keep an eye out, and it seems that as the day, like as the ship progresses forward and on towards where the sign was last seen, you keep an eye on it, on the ground, on the earth, on the horizon, and what you're able to note is that you can see something that everyone else is kind of missing. you see a very specific indentation on the ground that seems to be like a tread, like a snake's tread. And knowing a bit about the lady from the study, you also have seen the symbol of the lady, and I don't know if we've posted that before, but 1 second here. Lady of the Deep.
I think the wiki page was posted.
Yeah. So it's that symbol from that, and I'll just post it again just so we have it.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
very indicative of how she moves. And you note, it's not great if you have dark mode on, but
yeah. Yeah, she's
So, like,
she's just
starting
hiding a little
video
bit. It's
game where
fine.
you have to, like, adjust your screen, so, like the brightness.
Yeah.
That's what
Sorry.
it looks like.
and that's how you fight her. You just adjust your
Yeah.
brightness.
Adjust the brightness, turn it all the way up.
So
Oh,
not-
she turned it down so you can barely see it. Fuck you, I'm turning it all the way up.
So not so you see the tread as mentioned,
radiant.
and so you can actually track her. She doesn't seem to have moved very far, and she seems to be just ahead. Like she's not outpacing you. It does seem that she's continuing in a southwesterly direction. And if you'd like, you can continue your pursuit, or you can change tack if you wish.
I would share that information. Obviously.
Going straight for it.
Okay. 1 second here.
Like, are we going straight for, like, what we assume would be the head, or the back, or the middle?
Yes.
I love it. Okay. Hell yeah. I can't see it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Whatever you say.
There's a worm?
Neither can he, so it's fine.
There's a worm? Alright, whatever.
So,
No, it's a lady.
at this point, and I'll move the skyship to the correct position. So the presumption is that it has not taken off, because there was no mention of that happening. Is that fair to say?
Okay.
So you come into this region, and you would see her. Again, she, in essence, is just a massive sandworm. A massive, like, purple worm, but of, like, a more burgundy color. The pictures that we've seen of her, and we're not going to display those yet because it's kind of a midpoint beat, but she is not displaying her tongue. It is just a very big sandworm. So, you can see it. It seems to be kind of coming up out of the dunes and up out of the sand and kind of maneuvering itself around this space as you kind of come into the sightline of her. She is, at the point that you catch her, like, and spot her, she's about 770 feet off the bow.
Okay.
The left is the
I'm gonna-
port or starboard? Starboard? I don't know. Is left starboard?
Can I just say left?
No, we're boat talking.
We're-
Port bow.
we're-
Port bow.
we're-
Left is
port bow.
port, right is starboard, and then the back is stern.
Hold on, I
We
got
may not be in the water, but we are boating.
I
Talking.
gotta write that down too.
You don't need to. I've got a picture. I'm going to post it in the chat, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pin that bad boy,
Thanks.
Oh, I need it in my journal. Sorry.
and then I'm gonna post it for everyone to see who's watching. This is boat talk. We are doing boat talk now because we are on a boat, and that's how it works. Okay, cool. At least that's what the internet said. They would never lie.
No.
Okay. So again, we are in kind of a beat situation here. You can explain what you want to do. Do not think of this as like an action economy situation. When I start asking you to take actions, then we'll start putting ourselves on an initiative tracker.
All right.
And then in the very bottom right corner, we have the tower for when it needs to be maneuvered. I'm pretty sure you should have the ability to maneuver that. I'm not sure though.
I didn't earlier, but let me see.
I'm gonna give it to you now. I'm gonna try and give it to you now. Okay, there.
P.
Cool. So then,
Is she moving away from us?
oh, great question. So if you continue to watch her, I would like for whoever is capable, since no maneuvering has been suggested, move the
No,
ship.
we're moving. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you have to. You move 35 feet. I just want to make sure if you're not wanting to turn the ship. Are you wanting to turn the ship at all?
Yeah, I want to turn it some degree.
You can turn it up to 45 degrees in either direction, and then move it 35 feet.
Alright. So,
You can also move first and then turn.
Okay. Shit. I gotta get everything.
Remember to do the right click thing so we can
Yes.
make sure the right.
35. So right there, and
Mhm.
then I want to move us sort of this way,
Okay.
like that.
Perfect. Now, quick note. I did mention stop as an action. We understand that, and during the next turn it would stop. There's also the ability to dash, so the ship can be pushed forward faster. So you'll double your speed during the next turn. Your action is done during this turn, and then during the next turn it will go faster. You cannot take the stop action. You can only take the slow down action, which will remove you out of dashing position and back down. So you effectively have 3 speeds. Not going at all, 35 feet, 70 feet. These are your 3 speeds.
My skitter.
Okay.
What's yours?
It's my skitter ability.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say for the skyship,
Actually, just stand up. Hold on.
you have 70 feet, and your maneuvering is going to be pretty good depending on what you're trying to do, and then we'll determine it with rolls.
Does she do anything?
Great question. So you maneuver. The skyship, is it taking off or is it remaining on the ship?
Take it off.
Okay. Elevation?
Yeah, we're just getting elevation.
How far? How far?
100 feet.
About 100 feet. Okay. And we're good. Okay, so at that point, what you would see is she would maneuver about 50 feet in that direction. It does not seem to be in response. It seems like that was kind of what was happening anyway. And her movement is very simple. It's up and then down. And then you can see the flood of the serpent, which is about 600 feet long, just kind of into the space.
And like, how fast does this 600-foot serpent move?
About 50 feet
Like-
around.
It's pretty
Okay.
fast. It's a lot faster than the ship. Well, not a lot faster, but a little bit. Alright, so she's just moving. Let's see how far
Yeah.
she is.
And
from
she-
the turret.
The best way to describe her is she's very top heavy. What I mean is it's like a mouth with 2 smaller mouths attached to the front, and then it's just like this long column that kind of is more fluid or funnel-like. So big front end, and then very thin back end,
Gotcha.
except the tongue part, right? That has a
Oh
thick
baby
back end.
ain't got back. Okay.
So I'm gonna move it. This is dashing or no?
So you have not taken an action to adjust your speed.
Can I dash?
So again, your action last turn was turning. So if you're dashing during your next movement, it will advance. So you're
Okay.
dashing
This
this
is
turn.
just-
So then
yeah.
go ahead and move 35 feet, and your
Okay.
turn is done for movement. Skyship, you can move up to 70 feet since you elevated, and you moved. You're 100 feet off the ground. You started about 30 feet on the top of the ship, so we're good. We're totally fine with that movement. You can move as you like now if you wish to continue. Keep in mind elevation and descent will be included in that 70 feet of movement. And you do not have a dash function. No, instead you have a kind of a missile function. It's if you want to go as fast as you can, you have to go in a straight line forward, and that's it. And you go 4 times your movement. And it's immediate. So,
Let's
yeah,
do it.
Just like, doosh.
right. Also,
Or elemental.
yeah, it could if things are not ready for that. If you do not explain that to the other crew members, the pilot is always seated in and ready to go. But the other people who are on the ballista, they may not be ready for that shit. So you do need to mention it. And it's 70 feet for you.
We're gonna move 50 feet this way.
Okay, slowly pulling forward.
And 20 feet higher.
Okay. There's just a slight.
We're trying to get. I know it ain't gonna matter. She's 600 fucking feet long.
Yeah. Oh, she's gonna grab you if she wants to, man. Okay. Anybody else have anything that they want to do? Action-wise, it's just a simple action beat.
Nope.
In the tower.
Okay. So she.
I don't want to drop it before we know where she's gonna stop because
But and it does take and it does take what 4 turns, right? 5.
Yeah.
5 turns.
Oh, she turned around.
It'll appear in 4. Yeah.
4.
I'm like, then she turns and goes the other way, and then we gotta leave, and then I gotta spend a whole nother 5 turns.
So I would say that from this position, you saw her kind of go up, drop down. When you see her come up, her head kind of turns in your direction. The mouth's kind of open a bit. And then she kind of descends back towards you. When she hits the sands, she doesn't go under. She stays on the level, and she seems to be sending the sand up along her sides and behind her, and it's creating a very tall flute of sand as her body is coursing through it and displacing the sand like a shark through water, right?
Threatening us.
She seems to be moving in your direction now.
Okay,
Shit.
Oh, I'm gonna summon the tower.
I can't turn, right?
Right there.
Did you say you can't what?
I can't turn, right? If I dashed last
So
time?
you dashed last turn. That was your action last turn. It is now this turn. You're going to move 70. You can turn
Okay.
as your action during this turn.
Is it just 45 degrees now that I'm dashing?
Yeah, so
Still?
45 degrees.
Okay.
Before or
Yeah.
after the movement.
So I kind of want to do one of these. That's about 40, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I want to do one of these and then. Right there.
Okay. So obviously, like, we're looking at lines when we're looking at it here, but basically when you turn the wheel and you're kind of like pushing, you can see kind of a curvature to the movement. It's not like a shift and then go. So
Yeah.
mechanically, we're doing that because it's simpler, but narratively, you're kind of coursing, it's kind of turning sharply, dipping towards the sand a bit as it maneuvers in that direction. And we're getting a little bit more action-packed, so I think I'm going to change the music to something a little bit that. You said something about summoning a tower?
Yeah, I.
If she's coming straight for the ship, I would
was
say like
gonna-
somewhere here, maybe.
Oh, see, I was
Turn around
thinking
and
like
strike through, oh, yeah.
here-ish.
Yeah, I was like thinking, yeah, same boat, like right there.
Oh wait, hold on.
You got the movement on it. Just
Because
place
like
it.
she can only move 50 feet at a time, and we're like, and
I'm not gonna stop yet. I'm gonna try to like position the ship where it's like sideways, and we can get some fire on her.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe over here.
Okay.
I mean, you're not gonna be able to fire her through the tower once it's materialized. Like,
Yeah, but
So-
it takes some time. So by the time it gets materialized,
I'll be
like,
shooting
hopefully-
cannons at my tower.
Are you placing
No, I
the
know.
Are you placing the tower?
Yeah, I'm working on it. It's
Okay.
just really far down there, so it's gonna take a couple.
Oh, if you want me to move it closer, I can.
I'm like, I gotta scroll and then switch and then move it.
It needs time to move, John.
Right? It's a big ass tower, John. Shit.
Sorry.
takes a lot of system power.
Mm,
It does though.
All right.
I'm gonna put
So-
it. I'm thinking here.
Okay. So, the device, activate it, focus on that position. You see the outline of it appear for a second. We all saw it when Castia was looking up in that direction where the tower was in Swordbreak. Some of you. Sanat, you've seen it manifest and it not. Yeah, we understand. It appears for a moment, just a fleeting glance, and then you know that in a few moments it will appear. Anybody else have anything? Vrevik with the sky ship? Okay. Anyone else? Okay.
Everyone's on their cannons, right?
Yeah. Cruise on the cannons. You can call out commands for firing, of course.
All right. I assume it's everyone except Higginbotham.
It moves a lot faster than you were anticipating once it drops into the sand and starts pushing. You can actually see the sand flying up as high as you saw it in the distance, and you realize that when it starts to go in a single direction, it's threshing in its own space. It's kind of just moving like an arrow, but like wiggling in its own position to kind of get that speed and directionality. It seems to be kind of focused on the position that you are in or were in. It doesn't seem to be moving like to correct its course too much.
Okay.
Okay, back to you folks.
Alright.
We'll zoom in a little bit here.
I didn't dash last time, so it's
You are
just
still in
regular
70. It does not
Oh,
slow
still in
down
70.
automatically. Yeah, you have to
Okay.
slow down to drop it back to 35.
Alright, so I can still turn then. That's good.
Mm-hmm. And then ignore the tower for the purposes of like, yeah, you can move through it if you'd like.
No, I'm gonna try to get it real fucking close, like right there. And
Well,
then
you can't go
turn-
less than. Stop a second. Go back to where you were. Control.
No, that was 70.
Oh, that was 70. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, controls.
Yeah,
is
it's a
not-
really big map. Like,
Yeah, no, that was 70.
It looked like
That
little,
was-
looked like a little bit. Okay.
Well, the map is fucking huge, okay?
And then I'm
Sorry.
turning. This-
oh my gosh, it's really fast. I moved like 2
Okay.
inches.
Is that 45 degrees though?
Yeah, that's less
Won't
than.
be turning? No, I want exactly 40.
Oh my god.
So then you were here. So 45 would be. Hold on. I gotta zoom in.
Because I have no idea, because there's no number. Okay. That's perfect. That's fucking beautiful. I love
So
that.
the easiest way to do it is straight down, diagonal, left. These are degrees.
Alright, so let me see how far. Yeah, she's just in range, boys! Alright.
Cat, question. You said that you wanted to be on one of the cannons.
I mean, I don't have any range spells, so that's about probably the most useful thing I can do. I don't have
Okay.
range spells. I don't have a bow. I don't
Well-
have nothing.
You want it to be you and the boys on the cannons?
Yeah, we could do that.
Family event.
You
Family
and,
event.
well, you and Sarth on one. The other two will probably just be getting in the way because we already have the other sides like held up. Because well, they did move Asilius and Kjorn, but
Yeah.
it would be the other three are pretty much manned. If you want to kick people off of those, you can for other people. But Blathild and
Oh.
Sarth would have one. Huh?
Yeah, that's fine.
Like,
I
I
would-
would all 4 of them on that cannon. Everyone do one thing.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't work because two at
Get
most.
in the way. Get in the way.
Yeah, more people doesn't make it better. Absolutely
So
fine.
I want them to fire the port side cannons
Okay.
onto the worm.
So we're gonna say that for just clarity, Matthias and since you took away Matthias's second, it'll be Mikhail instead. Are on the lead gun, which would be the gun on closest to the front of the ship, and then Blathild and
Port
Sarth.
bow.
Yeah, and Blathild and Sarth will be on the stern,
Okay.
stern gun. So what that will mean is I would like for the captain to roll a d20, and then I would like for Cat to roll a d20. The guns are presumed loaded at the onset.
I got 8.
Both cannons
that.
fire off,
Shut up!
and as she is flying towards the direction that she was heading in, you can see the cannons hit. It looks like they hit her hide, but it doesn't look like they pierce her.
Shit.
Well, we pissed her off.
Damn.
Not even noticed.
Oh, that's true. Maybe
Let's
she
just
didn't
hope.
even notice.
Oh, massage.
She seems to be still headed in the direction of where you were, kind of focused on that beat. But as the cannons fire, you can see as it's kind of coming towards the end of its jaunt, the head kind of pop up and like kind of snap up a bit, move in that direction. You see what appears to be a face kind of come out of the mouth and look at you and the ship, and then back in.
Okay.
Did you just almost throw up? Was that what that sound was?
Oh.
Oh.
No, that was an
Oh, I thought it was a. Okay.
So we're moving again.
No, pause.
Oh.
Because this next move for her is going to be positionally important because of timing. So that was turn 2 of the tower. Turn 3, the tower is now incognito. It will removed from the realm entirely. So that will be at the end of this initiative docket, which means we need an initiative docket. So we're going to go ahead and put ourselves a turn order count. And
Oh,
I
shit.
am going to roll initiative for the lady. Now, the captain and crew, everything happens after the captain. For narrative fun times, if you are on the ship, so no Vravik, if you are on the ship, Orlandis is the captain of the ship and is beaconing off of that bitch because he's the captain and the commander. Captain and commander. Fucking dumb. So everyone can utilize his ability to allow for you to take right after his initiative, or you can go on your own. So you can just fall in line and take Orlandis' warlord initiative instead. And everyone besides the crew, besides the people here, is going to do just that. Because it's way easier for me to keep track of.
Do you
We're just
want
gonna end up like
me-
Cyberpunk, and my turn gets skipped every.
Oh, no. I would never do it.
I'm gonna.
Skip Joseph's initiative. At
But
least
wait, there's
3
more.
times. At least 3.
30?
No.
That's a 30.
Okay. The Lady of the Deep is going on 2. I don't know why you didn't select your token.
I don't have a token.
There is no token.
Yeah, there aren't any tokens over that we.
The questing Bonnie is a token.
Oh,
Oh.
fair enough.
Alright.
So it technically still has the advantage thing that Castia was giving, but the first roll was 19 anyway.
And I assume Castia would, again, I am not doing a lot with Castia, but assume that she is on the deck of the ship. She is not
Okay.
cannoning. She is very much waiting for her moment.
Okay. She just chilling. That's fine.
Okay, and then Vravik is on 23. Is anyone on the deck of the ship wanting to go on their own?
No.
Okay. And then I'm going to put the tower on the initiative.
Don't
and
need
put
a rogue.
it at
so-
0. Perfect. So the Bonnie goes first. The setup is as it stands. You have to move 70 feet this turn. You can not. Bear with me here. Okay,
Because we haven't slowed down or said we needed to stop, right?
right.
No, yeah, no.
So because of the nature of the shot, unless you turn, you'll be moving away from her. So
Yeah.
let's see her movement. The shot can happen during the movement, but I need to see what the movement is first before I determine whether it's with advantage or not.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, we just fired.
Oh shit, yeah, you're not shooting again, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the question is, do I use the action to slow down or load?
Oh no, you don't have to load. The crew's
Oh.
doing that.
Oh, they load.
Yeah.
Okay, never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
You're just
Okay.
on the helm.
Everybody
Gotcha,
has
thank you.
tasks. So
Wait,
block.
So I'm gonna use an action to slow down,
Okay.
but I'm still gonna take the 70.
You're gonna fly 70. You cannot turn, so you're going straight that way.
Oh shit!
Turning's an action.
Oh, it's an action turn. God damn it!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, you're moving a huge ass boat. This isn't.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not in a.
Oh,
You're not on a Millennium Falcon. This ain't a Gundam. You know. You're not like. Now the thing that Ravik's got. Now that shit's quick.
But you're
Oh.
probably gonna need to turn, right? I mean,
I can't. Not this turn.
Not this turn. He's got to move.
Yeah, I gotta move.
you remember
And
when I
I-
asked before dropping the tower where we were going?
It'll be alright. It'll be
It'll be
alright.
alright. We'll hurt, we're gonna hurt her over there, harpoon her, drag her ass over there. Like we're gonna go. We got.
We ain't got nothing that can bring her anywhere, okay? You're gonna
It'll
harpoon her,
be
and she's gonna
alright.
take you for a ride.
It'll be alright. We got this.
Every little thing.
It's not her
is gonna be
initiative,
alright.
but I'm showing that movement for purpose. That
Yeah.
does appear from what you can see, Rabbit, because again, you're looking at a thing that's like the size of a fucking mountain. Okay, its movements are not going to be like I wonder where she's going. It's very easy to detect how she's trafficking. So it's like watching a school bus, right? Drive over a train and then the train nail it, right? That's what's happening. You can see it coming a mile away. So I just wanted to point out her movement. You can see that she's going to be slow turning, doing the dip down, move over to move back into a straight shot position to attack the boat.
So I'm using the action slow down, and I use the 70 movement.
Mm-hmm.
At that day.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to the crew, they are going to action load the cannons. Okay? There are several actions in place here. The action that they are going to do is
load the cannon.
Nope.
And then aim
return
it,
the cannon to its firing position. Because remember,
Yeah.
the cannons fire back. There's 4 actions that need to be done for it to be ready to fire. That's one.
Yeah.
Then it goes to load. Then it goes to aim. Then it goes to fire. Then it goes to
Gotcha.
return back to position. It's a cycle.
Okay.
Now, if you want to fire them in like beats, that's also fine. But you still have another cannon on the ship. That's the aft cannon. When it comes to a point where she is in the back, kind of triangle pattern. So the stern, on that map that I showed you, once she's in the stern area, she will be targetable. She is not currently. Okay, so Bravik, or anybody else on the ship wanting to take any actions?
What about the apparatus? Can you fire the apparatus?
I don't think. Does it have enough range?
It doesn't shoot. Yeah.
Didn't it have a cannon?
There's a cannon.
Yeah, it had a
ballista
cannon.
or something, right? You talking about on the
You
guy
gave
ship?
us an arcane cannon on the apparatus.
It can shoot. Yeah, but it's like 120 range. It's like...
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Whoops, silly Billy.
Billy.
Yeah, no, the cannons are just in range. Like,
Gotcha.
yeah, that's 400 range. Like, it's...
Okay.
Bravik, go ahead.
I'm trying to
How
target-
how far is this bitch away from us?
About two.
Do y'all wanna
You
do
can measure to edge to
actions
edge.
and such to load the cannons or like place them and then load them and then aim them?
Fire the ballista at its head.
220.
Yeah.
I think every other would be a good strategy.
About 220.
I just want to make sure you guys are loading and stuff, right? You guys are doing the
Yeah.
cannon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Action
Like we were.
returning to position. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. We're doing our thing. That way, when you say fire, we will be able to do such.
I think it would be smart to alternate
Alternate
them, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then she would figure out pretty quickly that, oh,
I would like to shoot the ballista.
Okay. Are you firing the ballista normal, or are you firing the ballista with harpoon?
Normal.
Okay. Since it's not you on the deck shooting it, go ahead and roll a d20. I will assign Asiles' bonuses because he is the one taking the shot, not Morrison.
Ooh.
They discussed it. He's the better sniper.
Oh,
Fair.
shit.
He
Okay.
crits.
Ooh.
So, for the ballista, I believe it was...
I require you
3d10
to let
pure
I'll be right back.
10.
Yeah.
It is
No.
3d10.
Yeah, 3d10.
So just roll 6d10 for me, please.
Oh, dang.
wait, Morrison's not up there anyway.
There he is.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was Asilas, Kieran, and Sanat.
Sanat didn't go.
I'm not
no,
up there.
Sanat's with us.
Oh.
No.
There was so much back and forth.
Yeah, a lot of people not knowing what they're doing.
I'm sorry, okay?
I wrote it in pen again like a dumbass.
Bro, get a pencil.
I had the pencil. I was like, oh,
So
this is now set in stone. No.
as you kind of take a dip and like angle it and kind of yelling back and forth with Asilas kind of like beads it, has the two kind of next to him holding on to like the arms of it, kind of getting ready for a bit of a a gravity shift, and then as he's kind of like standing on like the ballista mount and pointing it straight down, like relinquishes the shot. It fires straight down. You can watch it, and as it's kind of descending through the sky towards the lady, the tower, you can see its kind of manifesting glimmer appear. The ballista slams into the hide of the creature. It doesn't look like it penetrates as deeply as you would have liked it to. It's not magical, but it does seem to hurt her. Okay. It'll go to her, and I will. As prescribed, move 30 and then 20. So it's basically as it kind of goes up and then like moves, you're kind of, and then it hits it in its kind of side top portion as it's kind of turning about. Okay. This turn is when the tower has exited the material plane and has entered in the space between and has begun its progression to the material plane here.
So this is turn 3?
This
like
is turn
it's
3.
Nowhere right now? Okay.
Right. Turn 4, it'll appear and manifest, and then turn 5, it can be interacted with and will fully manifest at the end of that
Right.
turn. Okay. So what that means is not this turn, but next turn, you can open it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. Bonnie.
Alright, so we slowed down last turn. This is the turn we can turn?
You can, as your action, you can turn.
Okay.
Whatever action you want to do as the helmsman.
Yeah.
But you'll be moving 35 this turn.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I want to keep it in line of the tower. So instead of turning towards it, I'm going to turn away from it. About right there.
Okay.
So it's in line, and then...
Shoot.
Shoot with the aft gun.
Yeah. 35 or... yeah, 35.
35.
35.
I can only go 34. That's
Okay.
ridiculous.
Yeah, mine was like 68.7.
Now,
Oh, God.
I would assume that at this point, since Elizabeth, you are kind of on the deck, and Honild is as well, but we're not piloting, we're kind of assisting, we would probably have the deck gun. So if you would love to do the honors, you can go ahead and roll the d20. You'll add 6 plus your dexterity modifier.
Hell yeah.
Badass.
Yeah. So as it's kind of spinning about, it kind of drops down, and the cannon you're trying to go for a headshot, and Hanel's like,
Yeah.
just go for the bulk, just go for the bulk, and you're like, shh. Elves are accurate. It flies right over the top of the lady, and Hanel kind of, as she's like getting ready to shove it back into position, she's kind of looking over the gun at you like, we just need to hit it.
Stop yelling at me.
I'm so sorry, it's what I do. Me and Blathill both. I'm the mom of the ship, she's the mom of the people on it. Okay, so you didn't actually descend, you just kind of turned and fired that way, right, Ravik?
Yeah.
Okay. Positionally. Fire is what we did. We already had the aim bead from the last turn. Presumption, fire, it was ready. You were ready for it. For the below decks, the port side guns are now in the load step. So they were put back into their positions and they're being loaded. During the next turn, they will be able to be aimed.
Okay.
I thought it was 2 at once. Like, there's 2 people on the cannon.
So, right.
So it's about 2 actions. So one person pushes back. and the other
Correct.
person
So we are aiming.
pushes back.
Because it would have been, it would have been fire push back, and then it would have been, so they're ready to be fired now, the port side guns.
Okay.
Gotcha. That's correct.
And starboard would also be ready.
Starboard's
we
been
just
ready.
fired that one.
No, aft is
Yeah,
what we
but
just
it
fired.
is ready.
Oh, gotcha.
Why'd the ship just move?
That was me.
I didn't touch
I'm
it.
trying to measure.
Hit Control Z.
I didn't move that much. I just wiggled it.
Yeah, but it's enough to make me.
There it goes.
Every little bit counts. Okay, so then yeah, the aft would have fired, and then she would have pushed it back as her action. So it is back in position. During the next turn, you'll be able to load and aim the stern gun, and then the starboard side guns are ready to fire.
Mm-hmm.
The port side guns are ready to fire.
I don't think we'll be able to.
The point
Yeah,
is
so
we're
point.
ready to fire. That's all. I just want to
No,
make
I
sure
know.
we understand the mechanism.
But
I got
it's,
you.
it's my turn now, though.
Yes.
So, but question.
All right.
So I got 3 crew for the ballistas. Does that mean I can load, aim, and fire it all at the same time?
Sure. So yeah, it's going to be a situation where it can be loaded, but the aim and fire actions. Oh yeah, no. So you have a loader, you have a positioner, and you have a firer. So yeah, you can do all 3 at once.
All right, awesome. Fire
Oh
again.
yeah, let's go, boys.
But as you saw, if you want to change from this point to the harpoon, there are 2 more actions that will be involved. If you look at the harpoon attack action, it adds 2 more to the reloading requirement. So it'll require respool the harpoon line or spool the harpoon line if it's the first time of firing it, and then secure the line and the bolt in preparation for the firing.
I'm pretty sure if I said harpoon that one, 3 would fucking do me.
I don't think they would. But yeah, if you're going to fire, you need to reposition just a little bit, and then I'll go ahead and have you take the shot. Roll a d20.
I also think that before you start harpooning shit, you should be communicating with the captain because you are gonna have to take it to the ship. Otherwise, you're just gonna get yanked.
Yeah.
Drag your ass around the fucking.
Yeah, like
You ever been fishing and gotten a big fish?
Not that big.
Oh, you should probably talk to the captain with your little singing stone. Yeah, before you do some shit.
You're just firing regular though, right?
Why did you make me feel so
Hold on.
self-conscious about the sending stuff?
Fox, you're just firing regular, right?
Yeah.
Okay, take the shot. Roll a d20, and then I'm gonna add a Silas's bonus. Okay, that'll hit.
Nice.
Regular hit, not a crit. He crits on 19 and 20 with ranged weapons.
That's why he's
So
better.
3d10. Uh-huh. Okay, so like I said before, it doesn't look like it hurts as much as you would like. And you can see that the 2 ballistas are kind of stuck in her. On movement, if you'd like to progress, or if you wish to hover, that's an option for the craft. Okay. And for a positional, like kind of hover, like side slip, go ahead and make me a vehicle's air check. So just a dexterity check, raw. Okay, you're good. Well, no, that's a save. It'll be. You rolled a 10. Your bonus is a 5. Do you have dexterity saves? What the fuck? Oh, you rolled a 5. You have a +5. You have a +5 proficiency bonus as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a 10. Okay, so that'll be a failure. So what that means is during your next turn, your movement, because of the hover side slip, will need to be stationary. You cannot go forward. You cannot go up, down, left, right. You need to rebalance. Yeah. Because you basically did one of these, and it kind of... okay. It'll go to the lady, who will...
lady.
Whoosh.
Oh, fuck! She's so fast.
Straight at you, and then at the end of the initiative round, the tower manifests. It is pretty much completed. Next turn is when it can be interacted with. And it is now that next turn, so this is the turn you get.
Question.
Yeah.
You said she's like 600 feet long. Does she get hit by the tower?
So the tower does not go underneath the sands.
Oh, okay.
It is just on top, and she is under.
Yeah.
She dived
It does.
Alright,
I will say,
we're gonna go.
That's an interesting enough point. You know what?
I didn't know. I didn't know she dove. I thought she was still on the sand.
Yeah, she's still kind of on the top. She's skidding. She is treading. So that is a very interesting point. It could shunt her down. What I'll do here, Foxen, is I'm going to have you roll a d20. If you roll 5 or less, then she goes by unsatched. If you roll anything over a 5, then I'm going to have her make a dexterity saving throw as if she were in the tower. Okay.
Hey,
Hey!
And then while I'm doing that, since you're the tower controller, Sanat, go ahead and roll me 5d10 for the shunting. Ooh, okay.
Nice.
So she failed her dex saving throw.
Nice.
Oh shit.
That's magical.
So
stone.
the tower appears as she's kind of snaking towards you. You can just see it kind of like becoming manifest. And as it kind of, the sand kind of splays outwards as you watch her body press into the sand and her top portion kind of lifts up. There's a moment where you see hands kind of grab a hold of the teeth and you can see like an agony, like a face of agony kind of pop out in the form of the tongue. Then the mouth shut closed as it continues to barrel down and kind of collects itself. The last thing that you see of it, Bravik, as the tower appears is like you can see it in the sands, but you see the little bit of the tail kind of snake underneath because it is 600 feet long, but it's also doing this.
Yeah.
Okay,
So we're gonna turn 45 degrees.
and your elevation, real quick, Bravik, 120 still, right?
Yeah.
We haven't descended. Okay.
So I'm 20 feet above the tower, right?
I'm like,
No,
No.
you are 80 feet below it.
it's 200 feet tall.
200 feet.
Yeah.
I thought it was 100 feet.
So you can't see her.
I can't see her anymore. Okay.
Right there. And then we're gonna fire one cannon.
Okay. So you have her in the stern, which means that you would have her. I'll give you the one cannon. So we discussed that would be Matthias's cannon. So go ahead and roll a d20 because
No, that's
no, right. Matthias is the lead cannon. Blathild's the back
Yeah.
cannon. Blathild, roll a d20, and then add 6 in your dexterity modifier.
Cat.
I don't know how to do that. So just roll a d20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
and then what's your dexterity modifier?
I'm guessing that's the extra number on here.
Yeah, so it'll say what's your dexterity score?
16.
16, so plus 3. Okay, so then that's 14 plus 6 is 20, so that'll hit.
Hey.
Hey.
So go ahead and roll d12s. It was a shit ton of d12s. 4 d12s. Okay,
Nice.
so the cannon is very piercing.
It was 5d12 actually.
Was it?
Cannonballs 5d12.
Or here's another one.
Okay. So the cannon shot. Hold on. The cannon shot does seem to be a bit more damaging than the ballista bolts. It looks like it actually shreds through. Guns kind of have a certain magical nature to them.
And then also, Ickenthoth is gonna fire.
Okay, and so it'll just be d20 from that as well. And I believe they do 2d12 from the arcane turrets. No, 3d12.
Oh,
Badass.
exciting.
So, unfortunately, he is not going to be proficient, and there's no semblance of help here from the cannons. The cannons are basically set to fire, whereas he's trying to manipulate and aim crab guns. So it's going to be a bit different. So roll a d20, Jonah.
Alright.
Pulling a bunch of letters.
Zoom, zoom. You see blue lights kind of flare from the crab hands and kind of hit against the tower and kind of draw lines across it. He kind of maneuvers them a bit, trying to shoot at the lady. But as you see him kind of like tracing upwards, you can see him kind of close the hands and kind of like the crab just kind of starts scuttling in position as he's trying to figure it out.
I think Scott forgot how he built this apparatus.
No, I know.
It was literally an arcane cannon. You said a little piece just stuck out and fired shell. It was
Yeah, yeah,
literally a
yeah.
cannon.
Yeah, but it's like the
It's
piece from the
cooler
front.
if it's the crab claw.
The crab claws. It's been a while since we've dealt with
Oh,
It's
Yeah,
true.
we didn't
I
use
think-
the
it. It
one.
is the cannon jutting from the front, so
I
it
think
fires
I
and
would like
misses.
them. I would like them as lasers. Just
Laser.
lasers.
Laser lightning.
He forgot to move the crab hands
Yeah.
from in front and crab cans from because they're made out of metal from in front of it, and that's what caused it to spiral off and shoot different ways. Okay, the back gun is loaded. You do not have her in the stern view yet, so you can't shoot at her with the back gun, but it's ready. And then the back, Blathild's fired. Matthias is not. Okay,
And I blast a lightning bolt.
go with it.
Lightning
Just put it in there.
bolt.
Okay, and she fails her dex saving throw on that one as well. So 30 damage there. So what you'll note is that when she comes through the sands, you all saw her get shot by 2 ballistas. The wounds that were on her neck from those ballistas appear to have been completely just removed. Like they don't even exist anymore. Upon shooting her with lightning and putting a cannon shot through her, you can see that the flesh that's brought out is kind of a bright, vibrant orange color, and the meat of it is kind of like almost kind of a horribly bright orange color. So it's like a sickening orange fluid, like really bad SpaghettiOs. Like we always come back to that, right? But the meat is like it's like the same color as like a deer hunter's jacket. It's like bright, vibrant orange. But it appears to be slowly kind of grabbing at the other sides of the wounds and pulling itself back closed. And we've already discussed the hyper-regenerative properties of the creature, so we know what we're dealing with. As discussed, if there's nothing else from the questing Bonnie,
That's it.
Vravik, because of your maneuver, you are currently in a position where you're kind of locked spatially, but you can turn 360 degrees, so you can angle that bad boy however you'd like.
Okay.
Okay?
But you can't move because you're stuck.
I think you're muted. Okay.
The little fucking widget is so fucking tiny to grab.
Well, then zoom in.
And then it's like really light colored too, because I was
Yeah.
like, how the hell am I supposed to turn this boat?
I may have been a little bit ambitious with this situation, but I think it's good so far.
It's
It's
fun.
fun.
I'm
It's
trying to
fine.
aim, like,
We're
right
having a good
here,
time.
so you'll get me.
So that's that for that. So then the lady will actually
That for that.
continue its charge.
Ooh.
I need everybody. Sorry, that was 5 feet too many. I'm gonna pull back to snap position. There we go. I need
like,
everybody on the deck of the ship, and inside of the ship, to make dexterity saving throws.
Uh-oh.
Wow, I'm rolling shit tonight.
I've
I
Hey, I
noticed
did
that.
better than Lowe's.
What
have a
the
question.
fuck?
Fire away.
Would
Oh,
my
shit.
would my shield master
Refresh my page.
work here or no?
Nope.
Yeah.
You are currently piloting a
Ooh,
ship.
20, baby. I got 20.
So the DC was 15. Okay, so Blathild, you and Sarth, who the Sarth is going to be just temporarily locked to you, or spatially so. The two of you are kind of like nimble and kind of locked in. It looks like when the ship hits or gets hit, it feels like the cannon is going to be maneuvered away from where you want it to be. But Sarth had already began pushing it back into position because you fired, and then he would have slammed it back. So as it's kind of flying back, you kind of grab a hold of the back of the cannon and look at him, and he kind of gives you a look like, yeah, and like shoves it back into its position, locking it into space. And the two of you are fine. You're not knocked over. You're good. Sanat, go ahead and roll your second attempt there.
Oh,
Good.
Okay.
So Sanat, you like sternly kind of see it coming and kind of visualize yourself like in a strange, weird chronomantic sense, like getting thrown ass over tea kettle, like onto your butt on the deck of the ship. You kind of plant your feet and kind of drop down into a lower stance. Nice wide stance, my guy. And then you kind of just lock in, and it doesn't knock you over. Orlandis, you grab a hold of the wheel, but then you kind of reach over and kind of grasp a hold of the actual helm itself as it's coming to hit, and you can feel it shake. but you are not thrown down.
Nice.
Lose, you are thrown prone. During the next cycle of turns, your action will be to stand up. You can't take any
Right.
other actions besides. The ship does take damage, and from the hit, it was probably about half as bad as the single strike that lasted a while last night. So to give you a gauge of how much damage was dealt just then,
So like 50?
I'm not going to say numbers.
No, I'm keeping track of the hit points on the.
I'm
crystal
keeping
ball,
track of
that's
the hit points.
all. Okay, well,
You can't access the sheet.
yeah, I can.
Oh, can you? The questing bot?
Yeah, I'm on the sheet.
This one?
You silly goose.
Yeah, silly goose.
Oh, if this.
No, that one's blocked out. But
Wait, hold on,
there's
hold
a
on, hold on.
secondary.
Have you been clicking on the wrong one this whole time?
I don't know.
If this. I was about to say.
It's not loading. That sheet that you're showing me right now isn't loading.
Okay, so then
I'm
we're
on
gonna-
a separate sheet.
Yeah, I have two, and I'm annoyed that neither of them worked when I tried to reveal them. But you're saying it's working for you now.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
I've had
Joey
it.
Magic, he's the captain, that's why. Only he has access to the power.
Hold on. What do you have the hit points at right now?
I got 250 out of 400.
259.
Oh shit! I can access it too.
259.
259.
Yeah.
It's the
Oh, yeah, that's
first
right.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So then everybody can see the ship. And also, you can use the checks for the cannons. Cat,
Yes.
if you can access it. Yeah. Okay, so then we go to turn... Oh, sorry. Lightning bolt. Cool. Then we are moving to the... This is the last turn. It is fully manifest. So no more turns for the tower are required. I'll remove it from the tracker as such. Okay. It is now an object. Okay, questing Bonnie.
I'm gonna do something crazy.
Don't
I
get too
don't know if
crazy.
it's gonna work. Can I use the ship to pierce the?
You're going to try and turn into her?
Yeah,
Rammer?
yeah.
Okay.
Ramming
Yeah.
speed.
Yeah, you can definitely attempt a ram. Okay. And then it's going to move
Okay.
35. So you're not going at full tilt. So what I
Yeah.
want you to do is go ahead and roll a d20. Or, sorry, roll a vehicle's water check. You have
Hold on.
disadvantage for the check.
Okay. Let me get
Are we made aware of what he is about to do before he does that?
No.
Probably not.
He's-
Is it strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence?
So this is going to be based
Rotate,
off
get it
of
out, man.
dexterity.
I'm like, because Sanat would cast fly
Yeah.
and move off of the deck of the ship if this is what we're doing.
Move the ship
Not-
35 feet.
A bad idea.
35 feet. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, fuck.
We're closer to the tower.
I'm not going to pass another deck save, is my problem.
I'll explain what
Dex
happens.
is my highest one, and I can't even roll that.
I'll explain what happens with that once we get to a beat here. Everyone on the deck, the ship is moving in towards the creature that you saw erupt from the sands on the other side of the ship after slamming into the keel of the ship. What would you like to do? It is currently not in any firing lines.
Me? Oh.
Stand up.
Hang on really tight.
Stand
Say
up.
cuss words.
Hanild will actually kind of reach out and kind of like take your hand and help since she doesn't have an action. So if you want to, you can take an action.
Oh, sick.
So I can
Can
cast fly on myself and,
Yeah, you can do that. But
move above
Lose, is
the-
there anything that you want to do? And if you're
Can-
moving off of the ship, so not you can drag and drop your token from your character sheet onto the map. It should be really tiny. And then, sorry, go ahead, Elizabeth.
taking out my longbow, that would be an action, right?
No.
No.
You can draw
so I
and shoot.
could take out. I can draw and shoot.
Yep.
Yeah, we gonna draw and shoot, even though like I know. that
Is
it's
your
not
is
gonna
your
do
bow
much.
magical or no?
No.
Don't worry about damage or attacking.
Yeah. It was more for like.
Yeah. So real
Don't
quick,
worry about it.
real quick. This will be a moment for Lose where she goes. Okay. So what?
All right. Yeah.
We understand resistances. So
Yeah.
non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-artillery weapons is ignored.
Yeah, but she goes. Oh.
Yeah. It clicks.
Literally,
But-
like discards longbow.
Just throws it over the ship.
No. Just like drops it onto the.
Fair. But
That's the story, dude.
the ballista half damage because it's not a gun, and then the guns do. Guns are not magic, but guns are kind of magic in setting. America.
Fly really flat
I
fast.
can.
So yeah, that's kind of magic. So they ignore certain resistances. So that's how we've been tracking it so far. But what were you? So not you're casting fly.
It may be a user issue or a skill issue, but I can't drag my icon off of my sheet.
You got it. I will do it. There you go.
Funny at all. So
There we go.
And fly gives you a speed of 60, so just anywhere from the ship, I don't care. Just start there and then move 60 off of it.
Vravik,
And then,
Foxen.
well, no, anybody else on the ship doing anything? Okay.
I'm about like.
get the
Cannon
gun
run.
loaded faster. Yeah, like let's
Yep.
go, let's go.
So yeah,
I'm about back
it's-
here, right?
he's loading it, and you're positioning it for aiming. And yeah, you are again. You could be anywhere on the ship. I don't. It's you would have been on the back because you were shooting the cannon. So yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Is it a free action to talk in the sending stone?
Can I move forward on the ship?
Yeah. Again,
Is it
positionality.
gonna-
If you're on the ship, you don't have to worry about movement.
Okay. I'm just moving towards the center of the ship, or towards
Okay.
the front of the ship, away
Perfectly
from
fine.
the cannon.
And then
Shit.
load under deck. Orlandis, you already moved and tried to ramp, so you failed
Yeah.
miserably. In case you
I know.
hadn't known.
No.
So Vravik, as we discussed, I'm assuming you're going to be coming around the tower. So go ahead and take your movement, but I'm going to explain the scene that you see as you come around. So we have a. Go
I
ahead.
can do a thing like move like 4 times. I just,
Oh, you're straight. You're booking it. You're going fast mode.
I
Yeah.
can't pass move.
Absolutely, yeah. So you can move 4 times the speed of it,
Sure,
because.
he hears a crazy ruckus. Like what the fuck?
Oh shit. Okay, so if you look at the straight shot, the wing will put you on the edge of that tower. So I'm gonna need a dexterity check. So instead of hitting the save, move to the ability itself and then click the word dexterity. Don't roll bad on this, please.
No pressure.
I believe in you. You got this.
Okay, it's good.
Hey.
Success. So yeah, basically, as you're coming towards the tower, the wing off to the side is kind of you yell back.
Oh,
You yell it back to everybody, brace, and everyone kind of like ballista locks in, and you kind of tilt it to the side just a little bit so the wing doesn't hit. You don't go full 360, and I'll give you to why. On the top of this thing is a balloon, okay? So it's not gonna go full over, because if it does, that balloon's gonna go bunga, and it's not gonna be good.
do I have to move all 200?
Yeah, when you do the dash, you do have to go straight book it. So yeah. So what you see is the creature slam into the bottom of it and kind of come up. Then the ship kind of turn and try and pierce it with the front of it. The creature drop back down, move. Hold on. Like so, and erupt up out of the side of it, and its teeth slam down onto the side of the ship.
Now would be a super good time to harpoon this bitch if we were
Since-
going to do it.
Since you're keeping
Yeah.
track, Jonah, go ahead and take 25 off of the hit point total of the ship.
Okay.
And then, Lose, you said you were moving towards the front of the ship.
Yeah. Probably
gonna
like.
go ahead and
oh
say-
shoot! I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Well, positionality is not super important. Just
Yeah.
you're in the middle of the ship. It's kind of in the middle
Yeah.
of the ship. I want you to go ahead and
Dex.
Yeah, deck save, and then same's going to be true for this NPC.
28. Let's go, baby. We back.
Go
Since I know that Castia is going to have to be helping me, like, am I like trying? Like, I don't know what we're doing with Castia for this, but like,
Sure.
I could have granted her fly as well.
If you wanted to cast it, sure. We'll just say she's with you. Is that you want to do that?
That
Okay.
sounds like it would be a good idea. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Which makes me feel good because you're like inside.
Yeah.
Don't
Could
But
My
not
line of sight.
not in the mouth of the worm.
Yes.
So that's correct.
Yeah.
could
Over
That's
there.
place to be. Okay. So
could Foxen land back here, or does it have to be up here?
it's not landing yet. Like it's
I
still
landed
120 feet. It's still at 120 foot altitude. It has not
No.
shifted.
I know,
But,
but
like,
could
maybe,
could
though.
he land near?
No, the
like,
only
back of
space
ship?
that it can land spatially is the front, the bow, the front end of that ship. So let me explain what happens with those dex saving throws, and then I'm going to explain an unfortunate bit of situational. Lose, as it comes up and the big mouth slams down onto it, it kind of rakes upwards with its underjaw or its underbite and kind of lifts up and kind of tears a bit of the ship up. As that's happening, the two under mouths of the creature kind of slop up onto the deck of the ship, and one kind of funnels towards you and tries to kind of and just take you into it. You dodge nimbly astride and kind of just, flip and roll away from it, and you watch as Paulton, the bard, tries to do likewise, but the teeth kind of cut into his thigh and then grab onto the top of him, and he's inside of the creature.
Jesus.
Oh no.
Oh god. R.I.P.
You got a good deck save there.
Come on,
I'm
do
proud
the
of you.
forward thing.
DC
Thanks, I refreshed my page.
I feel like we're like I turned on a VPN. It's not really me, guys. We're gonna trick roll. 20
That's
thinking
not
I'm
really
someone
who I
else.
am.
Yeah, we're gonna trick roll 20 into thinking I'm someone else. Somewhere else, someone else, all the things.
Perfection. So yeah, that's the lady's turn. She is now grappling the ship. So what that means is when it comes to your turn, since you're moving, so there's still momentum there. You'll need to make a vehicle's water check. If you fail the check, which the DC will be 15, the ship will move, but parts of the ship will stay with her, resulting in another 50 damage. So just keep that in mind. So there's no way you're getting out of the situation without kind of a bit of scarification. But if you succeed, you'll get away from her and continue moving forward. It won't do the 50.
Okay.
She bit onto the ship right beside the cannon. Just shoot her with the cannons.
Word.
Knock her off.
Yeah.
So it's the Bonnie's turn. You currently have both cannons in her underside. That's correct.
Fuck. I got a 9.
Okay, so you will be moving and taking 50, but do you want to issue commands?
Yeah, I want them to fire both
Boom, boom.
cannons on that side.
Yep. And so this is going to
Starboard.
be. Let me double check the people on this side here.
To say, not me.
Miavar and it would have been Miavar and Everett, and then it would have been Define and Define and Mikhail. Okay, so roll 2 d20s.
$15 and $18.
Both will hit. Go ahead and roll me 5d12 and then 5d12 separate. Oh,
Nice.
and she regenerated on her turn. I forgot.
And then you said 50, right? 50 damage?
50 damage, and then move your ship. Yep. God damn. Okay, that's a big chunk. Okay.
Okay. And then.
This is working out pretty well, actually.
Let me see.
I'm sorry, I pat myself on the back over here.
How dare.
Not gonna move that.
Of course
Okay.
you are.
Well, the encounter is going extremely smooth, I think.
I'll go this
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, she had her ship in her mouth. It's going super great. We're doing really well.
Oh, shit.
Can
Goes
I fight
here.
it?
Yeah, so it is at a position where you can physically fight it. Now, I want to let you know that in the early onset of this game, we did discuss skill tricks. It was very limited, and we didn't really discuss it a lot, but it is another thing that I've presented to my games quite a few times. You have acrobatics trained, right? Or athletics?
Hold on. Acrobatics, yes.
Okay.
I have a 9.
You can attempt to jump onto a larger
Yeah.
creature as an action. When you are on the creature, you have advantage on your attack rolls against it, and it has disadvantage to its attack rolls against you if it is 2 size categories larger than you. This creature is a size category that doesn't actually exist in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. So normally it's gargantuan, and then everything that's just larger than a gargantuan is gargantuan, but I'm a 3rd edition dork, so colossal is a thing I enjoy. So it is colossal, so it is very much larger than you. So if you wish to ascend onto it, you can make an acrobatics check. The DC for this will be 13.
Okay.
Can you fail a DC 13 acrobatics check?
I have +9, so it's possible.
Okay. You did.
Ooh.
Hey!
So
Nice.
as it kind of like
Like-
it kind of vacuums towards you, and then you watch it kind of suck up Paulton. You kind of jump to the side, leap onto the rail, jump up onto the neck of the small mouth, and then run up the side of it, grasp a hold of like a bit of carapace, and then throw yourself up so that you're standing on the side mouth, and kind of like up near the big mouth.
Like this one.
Yeah, you're kind of like right at where like the big mouth starts.
And I'm blasting with lightning.
And I can attack it.
Well, that was your action to do that, to get it. So during your next turns, you have advantage on your attack rolls against it.
Fair. Okay.
And
So after the move, Ichthyoth, and then would the stern cannon be able to fire or no?
Stern cannon cannot fire. It is not. It is basically raking, and it's kind of in a position where it's now underneath the boat because you kind of pushed it down, and it's kind of up over it, where the mouth is where Lose is dangling with it. So the cannon can't point up.
Which side of its body is wrapped around? So, like, is it coming on?
Yeah, so it'd be like
over the port or the starboard side?
It's coming up over the starboard side. Check. Starboard side. Yeah.
I did the same thing. I was like, hold on, let me check my notes.
So yeah, it's the mouth of it and like kind of the thing of it is kind of coming up over on the north side of the map. And
I'm also gonna open this side.
It was already fired, right?
Okay. Well, real quick, Sanat. Before you cast your lightning bolt, it is an action to open the door because you have to manipulate.
You said it was
the
a
lock.
free action.
Did I say free?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you said free action.
Let me double check.
I don't remember.
I wrote it down.
Okay.
I know I wrote it down.
While he's looking, Jonah, did you fire?
I would face
Free action. You're right. So yeah, but you can only you can't close it until your next turn. It's a free action.
Yeah.
Got it.
But I have
Perfect.
to wait. Yeah, if I can't do it, but yeah. Gotcha.
Right. Once your next turn hits, you can
And if I
then
did
do
it like on their turn, I wouldn't be able to do it again until after my next turn. That's what he said.
Right.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me how that went. Okay, perfect. So then what I will do to notate that is that will be...
I'm glad I rotated it before I dropped it.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm going to rotate it so
How dare.
that...
How dare you?
I was hoping that the dot would stay with it. It did not. So then I'm going to have to just literally physically mark that. Let's go with...
There's got to be something to be able to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Door. Oh, that's very small. Oh, that's much better.
Hey.
Good?
Yeah.
It's a token from Cyberpunk.
Important.
We use all the tools
That's what
we
I was
have.
thinking. There's a quest there.
We'll use all the tools we have. Okay, so then lightning bolt, right? So I will say that due to sequencing, this would have happened prior to Lose jumping onto it, just so you're not also shooting her. because that's
Well,
the
I mean,
other thing.
I can
If-
sculpt them even if
Oh yeah, that's fair too. Great.
I was like, I'm not gonna hurt my own teammates here.
So the lightning bolt will basically kind of like wrap around the creature, and she'll be leaping up it. She's doing so. The lightning's kind of dancing like in front of her, kind of keeping pace with her.
It's like, would you find
Wicked.
where you're gonna land so I can hit this thing?
What you notice is that with this, it doesn't seem to like move itself. It doesn't seem to kind of like try and dodge it or anything like most folks would. What you notice is that the carapace itself gleams, like it's ruddy red, and then kind of changes to like a deepish kind of purple for a second as the lightning dances across it. It seems to have a spell-resistant carapace. At a character, what that means mechanically is a lady has advantage on saving throws against spells. She's sucked so far. And any creature that makes a spell attack against the lady has disadvantage on the attack roll. You said you were shooting the arcane turret again?
Yeah.
You have to reload it. I do remember that.
Shit.
Pull
Pull lever.
the lever,
Wrong
Gronk.
lever.
Wrong lever.
Why do we even
I
have
didn't
that
have
lever?
that lever.
Anybody have anything else on the Bonnie? If not, it'll go up to Ravik. So positionally, I just want to make sure you know, because again, you're seeing it from above, so you can kind of see the way the thing is going. It's moving itself up, and you're pretty sure that it's going to wrap the ship to more solidify its grapple. So it's basically crackening the craft.
We are going to move a little bit this way and 50 feet down.
Okay. And again, because it's a slip, you're moving in a direction that's counter to the other. Go ahead and make another dexterity check. You're doing hard maneuvers.
Saving or just
It's just dex. Okay, so it's not a terribly hard maneuver. You're basically flying forward and kind of banking out. But because of the G-forces involved therein, you're kind of at a point where everyone on the craft and you, kind of like it's Vomit Comet City, you went really, really fast, banked hard, and then pulled back. So it's like, yeah, during the next turn, go ahead and put you where you're going to put you, if that's where you're at. And then during the next turn, it's the similar situation to where you were. You won't be able to move at all. You'll only be able to circle or spiral.
And you said loading the harpoon was 2 actions.
You're loading the harpoon is 2 actions, so they won't be able to.
I'm going to start swapping it over.
Okay, harpoon is in. Next turn, you'll be able to fire with a harpoon. Lady time. Okay, so it is going to, as I said, pull itself up over the top and wrap around the ship. Its head is now on this side of the craft, and it's basically kind of like C action, so it's kind of like one and over. It's not like fully enveloping, but it is going to straight go into destroy the boat mode.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is my cannon loaded, or are we still in the process of
So
loading my cannon?
your cannon fired last turn or the turn before?
I can't remember
Turn
which
before.
one was-
Yeah, you loaded it.
Oh, I can do it. Okay.
Yeah. Because it was during the initial hit when you fired it, and then she
I
had the
was either
turn
gonna
with low say,
shoot her
yeah.
or bury the axe in her eyeball. One or the other. Just needed to know if I was loaded or not.
So now it is on the back. It's on the stern of the ship, wrapped in such a way that the back cannon cannot target it. The cannons on the inside can fire at it, but because you're aiming through the ship, you'll have disadvantage. So when you roll, you'll be rolling 2 dice and taking the lower of the 2. If you fuck up the shot, there's a chance that you do damage to the craft.
What the
You're
heck?
blowing a hole through the ship.
Hey,
Yeah.
Even if you do that, you still got to hit her on the other side.
Wait.
She's doing
Okay.
a C and you're
So
on
let.
But she's on, like, I'm here and she's around me.
Yeah, you're facing the
Well,
And
she's not around you. So let's look at the
Oh,
ship.
sorry, on the other side of me. That's what I meant.
Well-
Her face is over here on my side, though, right?
Yeah, but
Like-
let me show you this little bit though here. So like if you look at the ship, you can see these small little flaps, right?
Yeah.
That's where the cannons are coming out. So she's on the back end of it, and she's wrapping herself around the back side of the ship. So you have to turn the cannons inside toward the back of the ship and shoot at her exterior. So
Definitely thought there was another flap there. That's what I was thinking.
yeah, so
I thought
you're
there were flaps hidden, and I was like, I'm just gonna shoot straight out, and wherever her mouth is gonna get wet.
yeah no
This is
she.
gonna work out
Show
great.
your
She-
pretty smile.
There is another flap. I mean, you're right there next to her, but you still have to angle it in such a way that you're
Angle it.
kind of firing it not out of the porthole. You're firing it kind of near the edge of the porthole, where it's like if you aim it just slightly wrong, it's going to cut into the side of the ship. And yeah, velocity of the cannonball is going to, especially at point blank, is going to tear like the hull of the ship a bit.
No, I was
Um,
thinking something. Where's Casty? Is she be using mid?
Cassia is currently with Sanat, and she's not concentrating on anything.
Yeah, that's it. She would do. She would be mending. Yeah,
Probably
That's
going
true.
mid object. Mid-
Oh, mending wouldn't help too much. As we discussed, mending is a very spot situation. You're mending one specific object, and since the ship is basically breaking and it's a bunch of pieces of wood, you could mend each piece of wood and then attach them. That's why Ikenthoth has mending, like the ability to mend, but they also need to have ship skills because it's. I can make the wood good and then use it again, but I still need the nails. I still need the bits and bobs.
We need a move.
Yeah, or that.
Kid. Sorry.
So,
Starfall.
Jonah, just to save you a bunch of trouble, it's going to be 150 damage to the back end of the ship, my guy. It's 3 slam attacks. She just goes straight for the gusto, and she does maximized and double damage on objects because she's a siege monster.
Very nice.
Ouchie.
How's the ship looking?
Bad.
Is it
Yeah.
currently
Looking
under?
bad.
Is it currently under half hit points?
Oh yeah.
We've been under half for a while, haven't we?
Yeah, 300.
We,
Fair enough.
We just got into that. Yeah.
Well, what I'm going to explain to you is she now has the ship grappled, so there will be no more moving forward. You need to remove her from the equation before she goes, and that is it. Elizabeth jumped onto it this turn, right? That's
Yeah.
right. Okay,
Last
cool,
turn.
cool. No, it was this turn. The turn we're about to
Yeah,
move into.
the
Oh,
turn
yeah, yeah,
order.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So then we're going to go ahead and lead with the captain. Because of your positioning at the helm, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Because again, she is constricting. Okay.
Nothing.
You are going to take 63 points of damage, and you can go back off the back end of the ship or forward towards the middle of the ship. Your choice. If you go back off the back end of the ship, which Hunild is doing, she's off of the ship, she's in the sand.
I'll go since I'm closest to the back. I'll go off the back end.
Okay.
Go on, do.
Hmm.
Oh, I was about to say you flew.
This is Honild. When
Yeah.
she falls off the back, she's going to move. So you should place yourself adjacent to her or the same distance away from the ship as her.
Okay.
When she hits the sand, she's literally running because the thing is still like gyrating in the sand, causing tremors, and she needs. She's. It's a bit of a panic, to be completely honest.
That's fair. That's
I
fair.
just know she's berating him. Like, why would you turn towards it?
Oh yeah, that is happening for sure. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and sequentialize it. Highest dex for the questing Bonnie is Lose. What are we doing? You're on top of her.
Yeah, we gonna
Yeah, you are.
slice her up.
Okay,
Yeah, you are.
full
Can I
itinerary.
shoot? Can I shoot my fire gun?
No. Okay,
26 and 19.
26 hits, 19 does not.
Fuck. And it is magic.
Okay. And that'll do 15 points of damage to it. Okay, so you kind of jump up onto it, get a position, turn the blade downwards, stab into the kind of gums and like mouth area of the larger maw, and it starts kind of thrashing a bit. So you're kind of positionally, again, we don't need to put you yet, but you're kind of over here because her head kind of moved that direction.
Yeah.
Blathild, you see Matthias turning the cannon, looking at you like, we gotta do it. We're gonna do it.
I was about to say, like, I mean, at this point, do I know that my captain is not on the damn ship to even say anything? Because if not, this ship's going down. I'm gonna take it some more with me.
Real quick, I don't. You haven't met Matthias, but he's basically fashioned after Adam Savage from Mythbusters. He looks at you and he says, "I reject the captain's reality, and I'm making my own." Turns the cannon towards it and is going to shoot the shit out of it.
Oh yeah.
And that's
Fuck it, we ball.
that becomes true of the other two cannoneers as well. So I need you to go ahead and just, since you're the cannoneer leader here now, go ahead and roll 4d20. The first one will be for you, and then the last 3 will be for the other 3, and I'll just sequentialize.
You want me to like roll them, like do a 4th? Like,
Yeah, you can just roll 4d20, and I can see them. So yours hits.
Everybody else sucks, but mine hits.
Actually, sorry. Roll another set of 4. That's actually important. I forgot that I said disadvantage. Yours still hits. Matthias's does not. Neither does the back or the front gunner on the other side. Surprisingly, Mikhail hits. So there's 2 hits. I need 5d12 and then 5d12.
5d12?
Nice.
The fuck is that one
Still
over there?
not-
That's
still not
bullshit. God.
Okay, so that will bloody the lady.
Yeah!
I just want to
Bloody.
stress. I just want to
Bloody lady.
Jonah. Wait, what?
Good.
We just made it. We just made it here.
Ugh,
When that happens,
man.
let's say you're kind of standing, kind of like with the defender kind of pierced into like the jaw. It kind of starts chomping a bit, but then you see it kind of mouth drop open a little, and you see the face kind of sneer out at you, and you can see that the tongue like has kind of a feminine form to it. There's a head tail on the back of the head, and you can see another face kind of looking at you as it kind of gyrates inside of the mouth.
Gross.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the only
Oh, weird
And
looking
then-
guy.
Now, next round, we're loading the cannon, correct?
So yeah, so this round it was fire and then return the cannon back to its position. Next turn it's
So-
going to be load and aim.
Likely that, like, we're probably not going to be able to do again. But I was just wondering if the next one I could crawl out and try to hit her with my axe. At that
Well,
point.
yeah, if you want to start moving away from the cannons, you can. Now.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Because her face is like right there in my area at this point, because she's over that side of the ship.
I would say after the cannons don't kill her and like the ship is kind of crumpling inside, Matthias is probably like hoping someone else breaks, right? But the other people are like already on their way out, so everybody starts moving out of the ship.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm okay with that.
I can't summon Goldbelly at this time, right?
Why not? It's an action to do so.
Why not?
Oh, okay, yeah. Fuck it. I'm summoning Goldbelly.
I
Well,
was wondering when you were gonna do that.
was this the turn that I kicked you off the ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you can't do an action this turn. Sorry, your action, you were helming, and so
Yeah.
you were kind of locked into it. When it started to crunch, your action was saving yourself. Had you taken any other action, you would still be up there and dying.
Could I still move or no? Am I
No,
stuck?
your movement, that's it. I
Okay,
gave you a
gotcha.
lot of movement from the helm.
Don't worry.
That's fair.
You
That's
fell 30
You, like,
feet into the
ran and
sand,
jumped.
and you fell prone, and then you got up and ran. Like, that's a lot of more movement than you should have gotten, but
That's fair. That's
yeah,
fair.
more than I'd say.
I have another question.
Shoot.
Speaking of Goldbelly, how, what is the size proportion of Goldbelly to Worm Lady?
Oh yeah, it's not gonna be anywhere close. She's like double, at least triple.
Least.
Yeah,
Like
like
his length, or in lengthwise. Sorry.
he's
But,
gonna
like-
be a 4x4. I think he's gonna be 4x4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
In comparison, he is a little guy.
he's a little guy compared to the
Little
regular dude.
dude.
It's unfortunate. I was hoping you could just swoop in and go yeet her in that tower. And we can call this a day after we kick her ass. Never mind.
Well, and I
Dragon.
since before you move past my initiative here,
Yes.
I would like.
Before I
Didn't
can
we
say that-
decide that Castia, like, it would be attracted to her? Like,
She needs to basically bring
Power.
it forth. Yeah.
I
And
was like, so I would look at her and I'd be like, "You think you can get her to come to you, and I can send you to the tower?"
I'm gonna do my best Tom impression. She looks at you dead in your face, and as you're flying, she says, "Once I'm in the tower, I will do it."
I cast Dimension Door and move us into the tower.
Poof. Go ahead and move yourself onto the space. Assume the tower is completely cleared out in its base, and we are inside. All right.
There we go.
Whoosh.
I guess, right?
Yeah, you can move into the actual tower proper. if
Oh,
you want
okay.
to.
I
Yeah,
mean, I can move
you could
a
go
very,
very
long
far.
space in that.
Yeah.
I can move all the way into
We are
a
in
different
very,
area.
very open space here, but yeah, I mean, the combat zone
500
is,
feet is very far.
yeah, even with it being as massive as it is. Okay. Vravik, the crew has the harpoon loaded.
And you're muted, by the way.
Oxen?
Oh, I don't think he said anything.
I know. I was like, he was thinking really hard, but I wanted him to like be unmuted before he spit out what he thought.
Do I want to harpoon it? Can I see the captain abandon the goddamn ship? Do I even
I
want
mean,
to save the ship?
abandon is a big word.
He
Abandon.
got kicked off of the ship.
He didn't
Bitch,
abandon
I saw
it.
it. You got knocked off.
Ejected
She
him.
jumped, you first said fuck it and followed. I saw everything.
Ejecto. Cedo ejecto is what happened to him. I don't believe that abandon is the word I would use.
Yeah, it was more of the pull the oh shit lever.
Yeah.
Oh, I do want to stress too something that was not clarified, and we did. Yeah, that's right. But I want to clarify something. Only Vravik is aware of it. You saw where the apparatus was before the descent. You do not see the apparatus.
Her boy. Her boy is fucking dead.
With his little cute laser beams.
You guys thought this was going to be all fucking roses?
No,
Let's
no,
just go
we
fight
did
a
not.
great old one.
I have barrels of explosives in the hole. I need someone to just throw them up.
Well,
Well, we'll discuss that because
I'm like-
there are people in the hold of the ship who are aware of that. So we'll discuss that once it comes back to Kat's turn. But focusing on your turn, do you want to fire the harpoon or not? They tell you that if we fire the harpoon and we don't want to commit, we can cut the rope. We can cut the line.
There's really 2 more turns to do it. Oh, yeah, we'll pull the harpoon. We'll try to keep her from crunching the ship.
Oh, the lava crop.
Okay. Roll a d20. And
Oh, she's
I'll
gonna
add...
fucking barrel roll, isn't she?
Yep, boom, snaps. So this is very interesting. The aim is going for kind of the head area, the jaw, the mouth. We're trying to kind of pull it away from the ship, as you said. So, Lose, as you're kind of holding onto that position, getting ready for the next round of stabbing the fuck out of its face, a massive ballista bolt slams into the face region. Go ahead and roll damage. There, right? It's 3d10.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it pierces very deep, but it looks like it's got a secure enough hold for the time being. You can see that there's a line attached to it, which, as it kind of shifts, it seems to slack a little bit. And since the skyship is not currently moving, it does not go taut yet. Okay?
It could move though.
Okay.
No, it
not
can't.
yet.
Oh,
Because
It
Radek
can-
pulled a
oh, it
maneuver and
Yeah, it can only
Oh,
circle.
oh.
It can't.
gotcha.
DC 13 and biffed
You're
it.
right. I can circle. Turn around.
Wee.
Yeah, again, going super fast, stopping and pulling back. I mean, very hard maneuver to do for Blue Angels, let alone a Ratfolk who just got onto a skyship.
Blue. Blue.
Like you said, vomit comment indeed.
The lady,
This isn't an R wing. Damn it.
Kitty kitty.
the lady will then take her turn. She is going to, with the new problem at hand, She is going to pull herself up and erect to a height of about 80 feet. And then she's going to pull herself away from the ship and slam her body 50 feet. Sorry, I fucked up. Hold on. 50 feet here. I need Vravik to go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw. And I need you to roll 3 d20s.
Cut the line.
Do I need to roll dexterity as well?
No, you already rolled your acrobatics check. You were locked in. homie.
Oh, okay, cool.
Right, you got a nat 20 on that.
Look, I'm just trying to make sure everything's fair.
Basically, right now, Elizabeth, I mean, that Lady of the Deep, okay, is your mount, and you are riding it around the sands, okay? You
Oh,
are
That is your
Lasan-
lady.
You
That
are
is your lady now.
Lasan El Gaib, okay? You're handling your business up there. Now, on the other
You're a
hand,
bloody lady now.
Vravik, as you kind of see the situation and kind of pivot towards it, you kind of realize, oh, fuck. And you realize that you're going to get slingshotted with it. So instead of fighting that and resisting it, you lean into it. Because doing the opposite would mean that the ballista is getting ripped out. Now, you can choose to resist it. Do you wish to not go with the flow of it? It will mean the ballista is going with her, though. What's your choice?
Muted.
You're muted.
I'll go with her.
You're going with her. Okay.
Lean into
So
it.
go ahead and slide yourself 50 feet in her direction. Due to this very sudden motion and this very sudden effect,
Everyone, all your passengers.
All before.
Kieran and Morrison fly off the side of the ship. Asilas mains his position onto it. You watch the two hit the sands. Morrison hits with a kind of meaty thunk right about near Honild and Orlandis. He's dead. When Kieran hits, you see him kind of and spin upwards. And just like angry mode, half orc. He gets to live. He's got 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Four more.
Fucking half orc.
Who's left on here with me then?
It's Asilius, and yeah. He's currently looking for an exit.
Good luck.
That is going to be the lady's first slam attack. Her second will slam into the starboard side of the ship.
No, not my boy.
However, this time it seems a bit more pointed, Blothild. So the body kind of hits, but it's not like a... It's more of a... And you watch as the two mouths on the side of it, because she kind of pulled back and over, and then she kind of leaned back up, and then the little mouth going to snap into the portholes. And you're on the other side and escaping, but the people who are on the other side of the cannon, you watch as 2 of them get grappled and sucked in. The individuals who you don't know would be Miavar and Everett. So Miavar was the cool other red-headed dueling elf who did not make it.
That's unfortunate.
Everybody's failed their goddamn deck saves today.
All the NPCs, anyway. Which is kind of scary because I'm just a talking NPC. And I'm a little worried.
No. You get the special opportunity of dying when you want to. That's different.
Oh, that's true. That is also very true. Yeah.
And I'm currently moving crew members into the deceased folder, by the way, as I switch over to the questing Bonnie.
Cassia have resurrection.
Cassia's
Not
busy.
that many. Not that
It's
many.
busy, yeah.
She's got her own things going
We
on.
got the diamonds and we got the gold.
So that would have been the end of the initiative round. So it will go back up to the top, questing Bonnie. So, Captain.
Yep. Yeah.
Blows the horn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shine the gem
Mhm.
into the sunlight, and then call out not Goldbelly but his actual name.
Okay.
Shit, where is it?
Starts with E.
It's okay. You don't have to find it. It's fine. I know you have it in your notes. It's okay. I'm just currently trying to find the. There we are.
By the power of grace. Oh, sorry, wrong thing.
I was about to say, wait, that little dragon's very small. But okay, it's a little bit bigger.
So it is over top of you, and it kind of flies in. It does not attack this turn. It is now in the scene, though. So it will be going on its own initiative. And bear with me.
He's not going to let me mount him?
So he appeared from the sky. So
okay.
He still has to get down to the ground, and you still have movement. If you wish to try and continue to be close to her, the Lady of the Deep, you can. Or just so you know, Hanild is doing one of these.
You know, go for her.
I am not dying here.
She's running the wrong way. Go to the tower.
I do not get paid enough for this.
Bruh, I was like, I wouldn't go to the tower.
Go to the tower.
Oh no, she's not going to the tower. She got the memo. She paid attention. Like, she no dummy.
That's where the worm's going.
I was like, do not tell anyone to go to the tower.
Please do not kill the NPCs.
That is the worst idea.
That would be rude. Okay.
How close is he to me?
He would be 60 feet above you.
60 feet?
Mhm. He starts.
He comes flying past our airship.
Let me double check the Red Dragon's flight speed. Hold on. 80. He's 20 feet above you. Yeah, he descends fast.
Okay, he's descending for sure.
Yeah, he's coming to you. He appeared at a position 100 feet above you in the sunlight, and
Could I use Knight's move on him?
yeah, he's an ally.
Okay. So yeah, I want to use Knight's move on him.
Okay.
To bring him all the way to me. And then
Perfect.
I'm
Hopping
just gonna
on.
hop on his back, yeah.
Just go ahead and delete your token.
Okay.
And
I'm just gonna put it to the side because like I need to
Oh, yeah, sure.
He's attacked.
Alright. And
Get off me.
then I'm gonna pull out the my sword.
And then Goldbelly does a barrel roll and
You bonus actioned and you actioned, right? Because I said that it's an action to summon Goldbelly.
Yeah.
You should have ability to move Goldbelly's token. However, they've already moved their speed and they already moved with Knight's move. However, because of the wording on Knight's move, they can still finish their movement. So they moved 20 feet down. They still have 60 feet of flight left.
Yeah.
They swoop him up, scoops him up, and flies like in the air.
100%.
Scoops me up.
100%.
Yeah, he scoops me up and then we go back up.
That's just fucking rad. Okay, cool. Get out of there. Move 60.
So where are you at?
Well, you could move over the lady, because remember, Lose is on top of the lady. So if you want to help her,
But
that'd be smart.
She's not 80 feet up, right? Still?
No, she flopped back. So she's like over
Okay.
there.
Alright, so let's say we're 20 feet. No, so. Shit.
Basically, if you wanna move out to her, like, and try and be in a position to catch Lose if it gets south for her, you can be like flying above the lady.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Right. The
Because
dragon.
Lose-
The dragon's not gonna get like knocked. Well, maybe, but it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a bit of a fight, but you're gonna be right there helping with the
Okay.
fight. Okay. So inside of the questing, Bonnie, Blathild, you would see that the other two cannoneers on the opposite side are moving to your side of the ship, jumping out of the cannon's portholes, landing in the sand, and kind of like getting up and trying to run.
Gonna tell people to get the fuck out. Like I was gonna try to shepherd people, like get them off the ship.
Sarth looks out the window and would see kind of the bamf of the dimension door and then the appearance of Castia in the tower, and he looks at you and says, "I've got to go." And he looks out the window towards Castia.
And I nod and I would, tell him I'd be right behind him. But I do want to try to get as many people off this sinking ship.
Literally sinking.
Literally sinking ship. And also, you know, we did mention there are some explosives in here somewhere, and now this bitch is not connected to the ship, and now I can't hit her with my axe. So, what kind of explosives do I find on this ship?
Since everybody's kind of scattering, it would be Daphne, who you know is not good at this explosive shit. It would be Mikhail, who you know is not good at this explosive shit. Michelle, who you know is not good at this explosive shit. And Matthias, who you know is good at this explosive shit. You could
Fantastic.
You could stop him. Yeah.
You.
And so he'd say, yeah, we could do it, but someone would have to stay with it and detonate it. We couldn't time it. And he looks outside to it, and she'd have to be right on us again. We basically missed our chance.
I can fix her.
Bitch.
And you can see in Matthias's eyes, like, he's not committed.
I mean, he is not committed, but and so I guess I would have him explain to me what to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll take his time doing so.
Have a barbarian moment. Just go and throw it at her.
In this kind of
Well,
scene.
I mean, can I?
In this kind
Like, that was not. Honestly, that's what I was thinking. Like, whatever we've got, like, light it and yeet that bitch. I mean,
So,
that's what I was hoping for.
if you get an explanation for what's what, there's how many barrels, Bragg? 3. Plus the gunpowder barrels, which there are a total of 5. There are 8 total barrels. If they were lit and detonated, the entirety of the ship would explode, and a shit fuck ton, which is a number in D&D, of damage would be dealt to everything inside of its space. Due to the distance that it is away, it's kind of outside of the blast sphere. It would be taking some damage, but it wouldn't be taking the damage, right? So if you want,
Cut it in half. We did that.
if you want it to do the most effect, it's a multiplying effect. If one barrel is thrown lit and detonates, it's going to do some damage. It's going to be inaccurate as hell, and it's not going to be as compacted, and it's not going to have that force multiplier that a larger explosive will have. So
Gotcha.
you have a feeling that if you throw it out there, you could probably hit it from this distance, because it's only like, what, 10, 15 feet away? And you could light it in a fashion so that it'll detonate shortly after it hits. Each barrel will do about as much as a cannon, but it won't be as piercing as a cannon, so it will probably resist it. It's like shooting fireworks at something instead of shooting a gun at something. Same amount of gunpowder, just differently, you know.
I thought it would be more like grenades, but okay.
Well,
We'll
yeah,
go with
I guess it would be like... the reason why it's not like a grenade is because the shrapnel that's firing out from it would just be the barrel. It wouldn't be like... A grenade has, like, the
The
main...
whole entire ship.
The whole entire ship would be it. Yeah, exactly. That's a grenade.
It would be ship.
A
Yeah,
mass- a mass
say,
with a fucking
it would be a
body
shrimp.
through it.
Ship shrapnel. That's difficult to say.
You said shrimp, which it would not be. It would be very large.
I have a request. The ship
Okay.
is on its last legs.
But it's
Leg.
not completely tied.
Don't
Real quick note.
don't kill it.
Whatever Jonah just said, you can just ignore because he's not on the ship. You are. So do what you want to do.
Well, and I would probably
He
think
abandoned. If you will.
that it wouldn't be like you said. I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be worth it to blow up the ship if she's not touching it anymore.
Yeah, if you can get her back onto the ship somehow, that's
Yeah.
the thing.
But that would have to depend on somebody who's got a grapple attached to it.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So
So yeah, I guess like I said, I just want to make sure that the other people get
I-
off the ship. I know how to blow it up if I need to.
I do
and
want to
maybe
note one last thing. The thing you'll notice as you're kind of maneuvering through the space, setting everything up, and kind of getting everybody situated, Matthias remains with you to teach you the explosives. You know enough about the explosives to detonate them. You won't be like able to make them yourself or anything crazy. But
Right,
everyone
yeah.
else gets the fuck off the boat and heads that way. Sarth is booking it towards the tower. I'll
Towards
get his
the tower.
the
And
Yeah.
I assume my other children are following just because that's
not
my brother.
Sarth. No. They are not following Sarth. They are following the other people who are leaving.
Oh, okay. All
Yes.
right, that works. They're
And-
getting the
And there's
hell out of
probably
Dodge.
like during the conversation, like with the explosives, you're paying attention, but you do like a head check, and you kind of look out the window, and you can see Sarth, and then you're like, where are the other three? And you see the 3 that are kind of going with Mikhail and the like, and they seem to be safe in a good 60. Or they're moving.
The I'll probably run this way then.
But that's what happens during that beat. The thing that I was going to mention that you notice, besides the head count, is the ship is listing. So it's not stationary anymore. It seems to be moving again. It's not going. It's not going. It has been stopped. It is stopped. But what I mean is it's free floating now, so it could be moved.
Okay. So that's cool.
Who the hell?
So yeah, that's where I'm like, well, shit. All right, all the explosives are set up. I kick Matthias. That was his name.
Yeah. Well, you'll be working on that this turn. That's not finalized yet.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm like,
That beat will be over at the beginning. Yeah. Nobody else on the questing, right? Everybody else is darting, jumping on dragons, doing cool shit. Sorry, spellcaster in the tower. You are still parting the questing, Bonnie, even though you have moved yourself away from it. You and Cassia are in the space. She will activate on your command if you wish her to activate her position.
Do it.
Okay, well that's not the perfectest of timing, but it's pretty good. 9:55. So
I'm trying.
she kind of. Oh, I need to hold on. Yeah, it was almost perfect pacing, like timing wise too. I'm patting myself on the back here again. I'm really just going for the full. Just I think I'm doing great here. So
Good job.
She stands at the base of the tower, in the center of it, the space where you know the lodestar was placed in the past, and when the artifice appeared, and created that strange chromatic space where it was. Her eyes flare kind of a moonish white color, and she raises her hand up towards the ship, towards the lady, towards everything. You see a symbol of the moon and star, appear on her hand and glow as she kind of holds it out towards the creature. For those who are not inside of the tower, the entirety of the tower becomes a light, as if an entire, like a moonbeam the size of the tower, just dropped from the sky onto it. In this moment, you see, and Lose specifically, your perspective changes suddenly as the lady turns in that direction, and you see her form come out and look in that direction. And it's close, but it's still like 30 feet away from you, so it's not like murderable.
Yeah.
Because again, big mouth. But you can see that it is now intently focused, and the core of it appears to be intently focused on the tower. As the dragon kind of maneuvers its positioning on top, Blothild, you kind of look out the space and see that the change, it seems to be coming in your direction towards the ship. I would say the only person who really has optics on this would be Orlandis. As this is all engaging and as this is happening, it looks like there's going to be kind of this momentary positioning. You kind of stop, turn your head up, and look skyward from where the beacon came from, where this light has come from, and streaking across the sky in the heavens is a bright red line.
Fuck, no!
And that's where we'll end the session for tonight. Thanks for watching those that did, and we'll see you next week as we continue trying to catch a Lady of the Deep.
Oh, yeah, that's all we're gonna be trying to do, sure.
Thank you for watching.
I still have the airship. Cassie, get on.